Here we go, here we go. We get to the top, we go back to the bottom of the slide, and where we stop, nobody knows. I don't know, but I do know one thing. It's the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, and I'm your host, Pat Remwick. It's Wednesday night, and the word on the street, everyone's ready to rumble the night in a good way on the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. Hey, just give it up, give it up, give it up. No, look, have you?
Four flats.
Yeah, look, they're still going. They're still going.
On cue.
There's what? Yeah, look, they're still going. They unbelievable. Wow. Oh my gosh, I see Justin Atkins bobbleheads out there, Scotty Martin. What do you call those things they hold up? Fatheads?
Number one fingers?
Number one? Yeah, they got
That's the wrong
those.
finger.
And then
Hey.
and then what's this thing? What are all these signs written on parts of anatomy that say America's favorite fisherman, Matt Robertson, as well? What? Ma'am, we don't want to see that. Wow. Unbelievable. But I got to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have tonight Scott Martin, Matt Robertson, Justin Atkins. Welcome to the Bassmaster Elite Show, right here on Straight Cast. That's how you talk show. Kaboom, kapow. Yes, I'm like a shark. I got to keep water moving through my gills. Right?
Don't stop swimming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, let's just get right to business because we want to get these guys on here and get to the fun stew and giggles dumplings, as we must say. But first off, Bass Galaxy, everyone, here's the word. Wow. Capital W, small O, capital W. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Wow. Like, the Aaron Martins reach out.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah, that went nuts.
Oh, I mean, wow. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything
awesome.
like that. The love shown for Aaron Martins that day, God reached out to the Bass Fishing Galaxy.
No surprise. No surprise.
No surprise at all with a dude like Aaron. But I have great. You ever hear the song "Great Things Happen When God Mixes with Man"?
No.
Well, I have, and and that's and this is a perfect example of God mixing with the entire Bass Galaxy and making one of their heroes feel amazing. And everyone, Bass Galaxy, give yourself a round of applause. You are the awesome people. Shout out cool people of the day. Right there. I sounded like Zona for a minute,
Of the
didn't
day
I?
of the week.
Of the day of the day. What does Zona say? Dabba dubba
Of
dabba.
the day of the week.
Shabba dabba dubba doo. I could see Zona around the fire. You know, he's one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Those Flatbush guys. In a fever. He's around there with a fire can, garbage lid thing, and doo-wopping with guys in the street like Sylvester Stallone and everything
Smelt
else.
fishing barrel.
Yeah, smell fishing barrels on the south side. You'll know what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, that voice over there is Ryan Popcorn Whitaker.
Yo.
Yes, he is a drummer. He skateboards upside down. I saw it.
Like Tommy Lee.
He can put a bait in a tin cup every time. And you know what? He's one heck of a bass fisher. One heck of a bass fisher.
Thanks, dude.
Yes, yes, Ryan. I just wanted to weave it in right there.
Weave.
You know what I mean? That's what I did.
Weaver?
That's what I did, right? So Ryan, while we're at it, let's get this out of the way. What is the tin cup word of the week?
It's going to be opens.
Opens. Dude, that's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
No, that is ridiculous. I have to say no.
I'm running out of stuff over here, man.
So, I'm running out of stuff over here.
It's gonna be funny.
Oh my gosh. You
Opens.
You want to shout out cool people?
just said
Cool
it twice.
people. Sorry. Let's shout out cool people again. Cool people. All right. Chris Mitchell's cool people, and
Not
he
doing
went and got a bottle of tin cup tonight for this. whatever this is. And Ryan, if you make it opens, he ain't going to work tomorrow, bub.
Hey,
Even though he's working from the house? Yeah.
we
Whatever.
can make the game, but we can't control how you play it. That's on you.
Goodness gracious.
That's
okay.
on you.
So the word tonight, the Tin Cup word of the night is open. If you hear the word open, you take a shot of your beverage of choice, and we remind you, yes, please drink responsibly.
That one.
Please. It could be whatever you choose. When you hear the word open or opens, which is dumb. That's dumb, Ryan. Then there you go. Andy, what do those fingers mean?
You don't want to know.
Okay. That's the voice of Andrew Ellenberger. He's the Ginger Ninja. Yeah. Andy Ellenberger. Andy, you always tell me, and I apologize, I'm going to stay close to the microphone, Andy. Close to the microphone. Take your thing off. You reminded me of the late Forrest Wood when you just did that, and no disrespect. Forrest always tried to put his hat on over the headphones, and we just it was a whole shebangle with Forrest, and we always just tell Ryan, you helped Forrest that time, remember?
I did.
You gave him the idea of the backward headphone on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a moment of history for you.
Yeah, like Paul McCartney and We Are the World or whatever.
Yeah, Benny and the Jets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Andy, you are known as the engineer extraordinaire in the bass fishing industry. Okay.
Okay.
And I know you were all over me last week in a good way. And you're like, Pat, you messed up. And I'm like, what do you mean, Andy? Why did I forget somebody? Did I forget a sponsor or something like that? And you're like, no, you forgot to talk. You talked about all the fathers, all the dads of the Bass Pros that watch this show, Mr. Fider and Mr. Cox and Mr. Moore, and we didn't talk about the moms.
That's true.
We did not talk about the moms, did we?
No.
So let's give it up right now for Mrs. Robertson right there. Mrs. Robertson, you watch every week, whether your son has anything to do with the show or not. And shame, Game of Thrones, shame on me for not mentioning you last week. But yes, Mrs. Robertson, thank you for watching this show every week. We really appreciate it. And while we're at it, I want to shout out Cassie Robertson also. A little quick thing. They always talk about, you don't hear a lot of talk about Bass and Wives all the time. But if you want to talk about a contributor to Matt Robertson's success, let me tell you, I've been to the Robertson. Matt's the mayor of his trailer park, and I've been to Matt's
compound.
Yeah, it's quite the you know what I mean. And I know why Matt does well in Derbs, because every time Matt comes home from fishing, Cassie's got like steaks, potatoes, like the most amazing, and Matt just goes out and fishes better the next day. So give it up for Cassie Robertson as well, and all the Bass and Wives out there in the world of bass fishing, proper bassing. All right, back to business. I know, I'm going, Andy. I'm going. So first off, we're going to do an unboxing. We have a special gift from Carl.
Jumping right
from
into that.
shopcarls.com, and it's Carl sent me a special Pat Renwick signature series mystery tackle box, and we're going to open this at the end of the show. So please, I look forward, and we're going to not give this one away but we're going to give 2 mystery tackle boxes away. 2 of them. That's right. 2 MTBs. 2 MTBs tonight.
That thing sounded extra jangly.
Yeah, there's the good in here, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? We're giving away 2 pro mystery tackle boxes tonight. Here's how you do it. It's real easy. Like and share this live Facebook feed. If you haven't already, super serial. Like and share the live Facebook feed. Take it off of private so we can see and put you in the randomizer, and you have a chance to win 2 mystery tackle boxes, courtesy of Carl. 2 of them. Courtesy of Carl at shopcarls.com. There you go. Half a Spot Official. If you have not subscribed or downloaded the app, halfaspotofficial.com. Do it. Androids and iPhone apps, Half a Spot Official. There's a big party on New Year's Eve here on the Straycast channel. Right here on the Straycast channel. On our platforms, huge New Year's Eve party. Letting you know now. Just letting you know now. Giant. More to come. More info to come. I want to shout out more cool people. Cool people! Brad Zullers, bitemetackle.com. Fine lead components, jig heads, Brad Zellers, bitemetackle.com. Ryan, you use them every dang time you're out there.
All the jig heads, yeah.
All the time you're out there.
Anything you need.
Hey, you want to they'll put you in a jig head. It's like a new Chevy. You talk to Brad Zellers, he's going to put you in a new jig head. How much time I got, Andy? Okay,
you helped up in Hammond, I'll be there.
He'll be down there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what we need to do. Keith Carson, congratulations on your victory. Okay, at Lay Lake over there. Congratulations, Keith, fellow Berkeley Abu teammate.
Yeah,
that guy did really well over there. I want to thank the qualifiers, or I want to congratulate the qualifiers, I should say. If I thanked Keith and not congratulated him, I meant to congratulate him.
Congratulations.
Congratulatories to Keith Carson.
Yes.
And also to all the qualifiers for the 2020 Bassmaster Elite Series. Congratulations to all of you.
All dozen.
Even quadruple qualifier Pat Walters. Figure that one out.
Bunch of doubles and triples, huh?
Who?
Bunch
Ryan?
of doubles.
Pat, your bud Pat did
Slapper.
good. Little
Pat
slapper.
Old Wisconsin.
He'll put you in a new Chevy. You ever go to Pat Slapper Chevy? Pat Slapper Chevy. He'll put you in a new Chevy today. Pat Slapper. Congratulations, Pat. Double qualifier. Yes, absolutely. And congratulations to AOY, Mr. New. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Congratulations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Brian. Yes, sir. Boom. And of course, Hack and Christy. Some beasts going into this thing. Man, I don't know if I forgot anybody, but Andy, did I get everything in? Can we successfully do this, Andrew?
I think so.
Can we put these power poles down and just lock it into place and not go anywhere and come back with Scott Martin, Justin Atkins, and Matt Robertson? Can we do that, Bass Galaxy? What do you say? Hey, put them down. Coming right back.
Nobody wants to run out of power when they're on the water. There is a better way. Introducing the Charge Marine Power Management Station from PowerPole that does the work of 3 devices: a traditional battery charger, a charge on the run, and an emergency start system. PowerPole Charge.
The all-new XF series by Crestliner. Simplistic perfection with performance features built on a platform for success. The amazingly affordable XF series by Crestliner. A brand new way to reel in bass. For more information and to find your local dealer, visit Crestliner.com today. The Crestliner Real Deal Sales Event. The best time to buy is now at Crestliner.com. Save up to $3,000 today.
Hey, it's Carl, and I've got some big plans this fishing season. I'm hoping to get in the best shape of my life to have some of the best fishing of my life. And I want you to join me for Carl's Spring Training. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydro Wave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff.
As a professional angler, I rely on my equipment to be successful on the water, and my eyewear is no exception. Oh, yep, good one. 6 pounder, 7 pounder. From daylight till dark, every single day of my life. In the truck, on the water. My Amphibia eye gear provide 100% polarized protection. They're ANSI safety rated for impact, and best of all, they float.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler custom rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA. Designed and engineered to be perfect, Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
Throw farther, get some Kevin Van Dam's line and lure. You can launch it a mile. Still going. Well, better stick to fishing.
Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Quality jig heads with quality components. With tried and true tackle like the Big Dude Goby head, the Hunter or Jacob head, or all new tackle like the Jackpot Net head or Buster swim bait head. Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Get the let out and visit bitemetackle.net today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bass Fishing Galaxy, we bring to you 3 of the 2021 Bassmaster Elite Series qualifiers. 3 anglers from 3 phases of their career. The veteran Scott Martin, the savvy Forest Wood Cup winner Justin Atkins, and America's favorite new fisherman, Matt Robertson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Bassin. Hi, Scott Martin.
What's going on, man?
Dude, I see you smiling over there. I see all your...
I just drank a 5-hour energy, dude, so I'm all jacked up, man. I'm like a sprayed cockroach.
I like it. I see all your toofs.
Like
I see all your
monkey.
I see all your toofs smiling. And I see you, Justin Atkins, over there. I see you smiling too. You look
Yes,
like
sir.
you look like you need to relax a little. Like you might have had a rough day, Mr. Atkins.
It's been a pretty good one, but it's we unwinded now. It's gonna be good.
I like to hear that out of you. And of course, Matt Robertson, always smiling. Matt Robertson, and especially smiling because now he can officially hear as well. Matt Robertson, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro. Wow.
Yeah.
Scott Martin, Bassmaster Elite. Wait, hold on, Scott. I looked at your Insta, and it says unofficial. Are you official or unofficial, Scott?
It's official.
Official, Scott Martin. Scott Martin's in the Elite.
Yes.
Nice.
Scott Martin's in. Sorry, Andy. I get excited about bass fishing. Sorry. And Bassmaster Elite Series angler Justin Atkins. Give it up for Justin Atkins. Yes, you're in, right? You accepted, Justin?
Oh, absolutely.
And Matt Robertson, did you accept your invitation to the Bassmaster Elite Series?
I'm still kind of thinking about it. Hell yeah.
He's holding out for a better deal.
Yeah. Scott, he's kind of like Kenny Powers. You know, Matt's kind of like I used to say JT Kenny Powers, that your Florida buddy over there, but like Matt Robertson, he's actually living that Kenny Power lifestyle. I want to tell you. He is.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He can call his shots, man.
I might call him my agent. Call Boyd and tell him I need more money.
Wow. That's a baller statement right there. He's got 3 phones. He's got one for relations, one for business, and one for conversations, if you know what I mean. But guys, welcome to the show for real. Congratulations on an amazing accomplishment in a year that has been deemed the most important year of the Opens ever. Justin Atkins, would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, absolutely. And man, what a year, dude. I mean, when I started thinking about this, we go to Kissimmee in January, and I never imagined, it'd be December, in Alabama before we got finished. I mean, it seemed like a lifetime ago when we got this started, but here we are.
Yeah, man, and you made a big decision. I mean, all 3 of you did. There's sacrifice involved in all of this. Let's face it. Look at you, Scott Martin. You I think your last derb in FLW was, correct me if I'm wrong, you were in the Cup. That was like the last derb, right?
Yeah, it was the last FLW event for sure.
And you had a pretty good event that Cup. I think you were top 3, 4, 5, something like that. And correct, I'm Rain Manning. Rain Manning. And of course you, Justin Atkins, man, you did very well. You're a Forest Wood Cup champion, 2017, and you made the switch over to the MILFs and went and fished for some Bass Pro Tour stuff. And what's that noise I'm hearing? Who? Justin's cord.
It's a cord beard.
Is it a Norelco shaver?
Situation.
Well, I was sitting here playing with it, so I'll quit playing with it.
But no, I mean, here you come.
Quit playing with your cord, Justin.
Yeah.
Quit playing with your cord. This is a family show, dude.
These things are getting
thing you got
sensitive.
going on over there.
There comes the seasoned veteran. Thank you for keeping things in line. We appreciate that, Scott. So
that's awesome.
So Justin, I mean, dude, You're you 2017. You're like, hi, I'm the rookie. I just won the cup. You kind of establish yourself pretty good at the NFLW and have a decent year after that, and then boom, you go to the MILFs, as we said, and then you make a decision to go and fish the opens to get to the elites. All right, Matthew Robertson, your scenario, you're the working man. You're like, I'm a full-time opens guy. You know how they say it, man. Balls out, you're going. And this is what you want to do. That's your dream. It's a different scenario. 3 different anglers, 1 common goal, and you all achieved it. And that's a big deal. I mean, it really is. Especially, Scott, would you say that the competition was the fiercest ever you've seen on the opens?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go a step farther
and
say something that I think I said it today to another guy that I was talking to, and they said, now that you say it that way, I totally get it. I think the opens this year were the hardest competition that on the planet. Okay, I think it was harder than MLF. I think it was harder than the elites, and here's why. In a regular season elite tournament or a regular season Major League Fishing event, there's obviously everybody wants to win, but they're a lot of guys are just along for the ride, and you know, they want to get through that one event to get to the next event or whatever. But in the opens, right? All tournaments are important, but in the opens, it's do or die for a lot of anglers. So there's 40 anglers in there trying to qualify for the elites. Do or die every event. They cannot mess up. They have to catch them every event. So you've got 40 anglers fishing their guts out. Then on top of that, you have all the locals that were in it this year because of the abbreviated season. A lot of locals got in. So now you've got all these
those
locals
jackpotters
where it's their one chance. Yeah, jackpotters. It's their one chance to win a tournament on their home lake. So those guys, they don't even get sleep. They fish as hard as they can, because that's their one chance to win that one tournament. So we had 40 or 50 guys fishing their guts out to win the one tournament at their home lake, and we had 40 guys fishing their guts out to make the elite. That's never happened before. That was the toughest competition.
Good. That is a good way to put it, man. Yeah, I mean, that's fierce. And I got to ask you, Matt Robertson, you had to feel that. I mean, you had to really feel it as, I mean, let's face it, now you were solidified as a professional angler. You were an opens professional angler before, and now you're in the big league. So I guess there is a difference. But man, you had to feel you feel it now, right? You feel a little pressure, don't you, Matt?
Yeah, you know, it definitely. It was a brutal season. From all the competition, you know, all the things going on, and yeah, you know, I'm feeling it. Heck, I don't know where I'm just kind of keeping on going with the flow.
So now you're a pro angler. You're a working man.
I know, dude.
5 months ago, you were like accidentally putting. Hey, Justin, Scott. He'd call me like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and he'd be doing a pressure cleaning job, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna believe what I did, son. I put my hand done right on the exhaust of this thing. My hand stuck to it, and I just pulled it off." Be like, dude.
I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah. I mean, well, I know. That's the blood, sweat, and tears of a guy trying to achieve his dream.
Yeah, that's a notable thing.
Yeah, I would remember that. What do you think I should do? Well, call your wife, dude, and have her do something. I don't know what you should do.
I'm all blistered up about an inch. It was bad, dude.
Cassie had like Neosporin, 6 pounds of it. But, you know, I mean, that's the point of the matter is, like, here's a man working his ass off at a job and competing in tournaments. Scott Martin, you're a different, here's a different kind of pressure. Let's be real about this, and no disrespect, Scott. Like, you've been around the sport a while, and like, if you didn't qualify, it might be a little embarrassing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's pressure, bud.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really is. You got to go on YouTube and be like, well, I almost qualified, and that would suck. You know, I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah. When I decided to document the entire journey on YouTube and call it the Road to the Elites, and when we got about halfway through the season and things started getting a little rocky, I was like, "What in the heck was I thinking?" You know, I should have just went out and been like, "I'm just going to take a year off from filming and see what happens." But no, it like I said, competition was tough, but yeah, I mean, I had to catch them. I mean, there's a lot of ramifications. I mean, you know, my kids and my wife, and you know, let's face it, we're not making a lot of money at all on the Open, so you can't do that for long.
No, exactly.
You know, and so for us, you know, we had it's fortunate that we made it, because I tell you, it's not easy trying to make money on the Opens, that's for sure.
Yeah, and believe me, I meant no disrespect by any of that, but that's it. You're in a whole different.
No, that's true. That's exactly
bracket,
how I felt.
Man.
I totally agree with you. I mean, it was I lost sleep every night.
I'm sure, and
it was tough.
And I know last time, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy and Ryan, but last time Scott was on the show, you were at that transition. You didn't know what you were gonna do. You didn't.
Juggling.
Yeah, it was like maybe you were going to MLF. Maybe you didn't know. And what I like, it's you made that commitment. You made the commitment to go and fish the Opens. And really, what flipped the switch? What was it, Scott, that really made, like, this is what I need to do? Is it the legacy? Is that the legacy factor?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I thought so.
For me, for me, it was 100% that. I mean, I was born into BASS. I remember going to tournaments as a kid, watching my dad fish all those years, and, you know, went in a different direction at the beginning of my career and had a great run. But, you know, my dad fell short on a couple things. Well, one thing, and it was the Bassmasters Classic. So for me, I need to have something I'm fishing for, you know, like a goal. And that was a pretty big goal right there. So I don't say that lightly, that I want to win the Classic, but I'm going to fish my heart out to win one. It may take my entire life, and it may never happen, but it's a goal, and I can fish towards that.
Well, and you got to admire that. Absolutely.
Child of Bass.
And yeah, a child of Bass. I like that, Ryan. and no doubt, we all look up to your pops, man. Big time through the years. No doubt. And Justin, I got to ask you, because I don't know the answer to this, and I haven't heard it on any media yet, but like, what was the real shift for you? What did you like? Why did you want to do this? Go to Bass,
you know, so
the Elites.
So truthfully, you know, to tell you the whole story, so we're back up. Like you said, you know, my rookie year, I win the Cup. I have an awesome career set up. 18, I have a great year. And I actually won a Bass Open at the end of 2018. And that's when all the talk of MLF come about. And when it was all said and done, I come to find out everybody that made the Open Championship that year got an invite to go to Bass for 2019, but they couldn't tell me that until the MLF invites were taken up. And I saw the writing on the wall that FLW would probably go through some purchasing and some changes, and that's perfectly okay. That's normal business. But I had a feeling that MLF would possibly be the ones that ended up buying them. And I had an opportunity to go to MLF, and I wasn't sure about an opportunity with Bass. And so I was in a weird predicament where if I stayed with FLW, I'm possibly going to get bought by the company that I've got an opportunity to go fish for. And I don't really know if I get to go to Bass or not, because let's say when it was all said and done, 20 guys leave the Elites. Well, if they don't call me, I'm still stuck at FLW, and that other bus is left. So I'm in this weird spot. So I end up, you know, taking my bid to go to MLF, and it was great. You know, I have zero ill will. I have zero bad things to say about it. It was a good run. You know, fishing against Kevin Van Dam and Michael Iaconelli and all those guys, like that's something that drew me really hard to that.
That's a big deal,
those guys
especially
my whole
for a young
life.
guy. Yeah.
And I wanted to go fish against them. So that was really awesome. It was an awesome experience. It was really cool. The problem was something's always missing. And it goes back to the same thing that Scott said. I have, since I was a kid, dreamed of fishing in a Bassmasters Classic. I mean, I tell this story on myself from time to time, and I'm going to tell it again. When I was like 8 years old one night, we're all sitting around, and my dad, you know, reads in Bassmasters magazine that Ray Scott, you know, is retiring. And like, I just got up and left the room. So like 20 minutes later, my mom comes and finds me, and I'm laying in my bed crying. And she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I told her that I wanted Ray Scott to hand me the trophy when I won the Classic one day. And so like, since I was a kid, dude, like this is a big deal to me. And I was putting my boat in every morning thinking about being somewhere else. And I just decided that right now I've got an itch I've got to scratch. And
heck yeah, dude.
I've got to fish a Classic. I've got to, I want to win one. I love that format. I love blasting off in the morning. I love having weigh-ins with crowds and the whole 9 yards. And like I said, none of this is a knock to MLF. They have a proven, they have a proven program that a lot of people, love to watch. And I miss the other.
You have to go your
grew up with
calling.
it.
It's your calling, you feel.
Yeah, it is. And I just, like I said, there's no ill will or nothing with that. But with that being said, my black lab is pissed that he don't get to be in here. So hold on a second, let me shut this door.
Go get him. But hey, Scott. Hey, Justin, get this. The guy over there with the mullet, the mayor of the trailer park, he's actually going to the Bassmaster Classic this year.
He is. I'm a little jelly.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit jelly of it.
I mean, that cat right there is going to slide through the Bassmaster Classic in a pimp coat again for the second.
They're probably wondering how the hell this guy from the trailer park got to the damn Classic.
Now, I want to tell you guys.
Hey, you've done it twice,
now,
buddy.
man.
One time, I may question, but 2 times, you're the man.
Something to
you're
that.
the man.
Something.
That's right.
Something to that. And don't smell that coat, guys, whatever you do. I mean, you'll want to put an arrow through it. I know that. That's it's like a wild Everglade hog smell. It's kind of
naturally scented.
So to wrap up kind of where I was going with that.
Sorry.
We had we were contractually bound, I guess, for 3 years. Everybody knows that. That's not a big secret. Well, this year with COVID and the way everything happened, our contracts were awash. And come, September or something, I get word, we're probably going to have to sign another agreement early fall. And our tournament's Bass Opens are not going to be over until December. And so I'm going to have to sign another agreement to let them know if I'm fishing with them next year or not. And that's fine. They've got a lot of production things they have to figure out in the whole 9 yards. So I completely understand where they're coming from, but it put me in a really tight spot because I have a 7-month-old, and my wife's a teacher and she will be going back to work in January. But as of right now with COVID and everything, she's been off since March. And it's interesting to quit a job before you have another one, especially when getting your other job relies on catching some bass. And
it's pressure, bud.
I mean, dude, it was intense. I prayed about it. I felt like it's what I needed to be doing. It was where I was supposed to be. And I heard somebody tell me one time that having a plan B takes away from focus of plan A. Mm-hmm. And so I just said, heck with it. We're going to do this. And if we don't do this, then I'll pack boxes on a truck, whatever. We'll figure something out. But like,
all or
this
nothing.
is where I want to be. So we're going to focus on it. And I just, I let them know that I wouldn't be back. And that was before Neely Henry. And from Neely Henry on, we got it in another gear for sure.
Nice. And I noticed that in the progression. That's for sure. And you pulled it together. And
it just became my main focus. And I'll tell you another little funny one on me. So, it's my full focus now. It's like everything I think about. It's what I eat. It's what I sleep. The whole 9 yards. And so at Lay Lake, the second day, it wasn't going real good. I had like 6 pounds at lunch, and I had a little pattern down the lake that I thought was going to be good. And I fished for a while before I kind of get them dialed back in. And I finally, get it going. And I end up catching, the 12 pounds I had in the last hour. And I put that last one in the box and I looked at it and I'm like 15, 20 minutes from the ramp, but I got like 40 minutes to fish. And I told my guy, I said, dude, that's enough right there to make it. We're going. I was like, I'm not risking it. If this yammer dog don't make it back, somebody's going to pick me up, whatever. Like, let's go. and he looked at me. He said, yeah, because he knew he had caught enough to have a check. He's like, dude, I'm fine with it. Let's get your fish back. So I crank up, and as I'm running back, all I can think about is Forrest Gump when he stops in the middle of the desert, turns around, looks at those people and says, I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go home now. And that's all I could think about. I was just like, I am so freaking tired. I just want to go home.
Did you
So
think
we
you
took
did
it back
it?
to beeswax.
Did you think you did it right then? I mean, did you kind of?
Yeah, no, I knew it was over. I knew it was over for sure.
And I mean, and you Scott, what was your moment? What was your moment you knew?
It took a while. It took a while to figure that out because on day one I only had 10 pounds and I wasn't sure where that was going to drop me. And I told myself I wasn't even going to look at the standings after day one. But of course, after talking to a few people, they're all like, "Oh, dude, you're in 80th place or whatever." So I'm like, and then someone else tells me, "Oh, you dropped to 8th or 9th in the standings." So like I'm on the outside. I'm completely on the outside. And for me, that was a scary thought. And then on top of that, I've got a short day. I've got the 250. I'm boat 6 going out on day 2, so I'm the 215. I'm the 215 boat. Like the scenario of having a late day on the last day of the tournament would be the best. But I've got the earliest. I got to be done at 215, and I've got to catch. In my mind, I thought maybe 12 pounds. And to be honest with you, I wasn't that stressed out. Like you would think that would be like the absolute worst day ever. But I just prayed about it. I knew that I had did everything I could do for the tournament, and I was okay with it. And I wanted to have fun. I knew if I could just go out there and have fun, that I could have a potential of figuring something out a little bit better. And it was an awesome day. Like I literally caught 40 bass. I caught 40 bass that last day.
Nice.
I changed jerk baits. That morning at blast off, tied a different one on. Instantly started catching fish, on a deeper deeper jerk bait. Then I like literally looked up. I haven't fished for largemouth at all. Like I look over at the grass across the pocket where I'm fishing. I literally open my box up, tie on a chatterbait. I hadn't even thrown it. Tie a chatterbait on, trolling motor to the bank, go down maybe 30 yards, catch a 2.5 pound largemouth. Then I fish for a little bit longer, put that rod up. Go back out, jerkbait again on some other places, catch 3 or 4 more, and I'm starting to kind of build the bag. I'm saying, like, next thing you know, I've gone from a small little limit, 6 pounds, to now I've got 8 pounds, now I've got 9 pounds, and it's like, so then I jerkbait for a minute, and then I look over and I see a lay down tree, and I'm like, I'm gonna pull a Matt Robertson's real quick. So I tie on a damn top water, Matt Robertson, a walking bait. I tie it on, and I'm like, I got my inner on them going, and I go inner on them, and I run over there to this tree, and I throw in the tree, and I go. I mean, it's got on film, by the way. It's great. Boom! 2.5 pounders all stuck in the tree on the limb sticking out of the water. It's flopping around. Like I'm thinking it's gonna get off. I trolling motor. I'm trying to rip it. I got braid. I'm like pulling. It won't come. I trolling motor. I break the limb off, lift the limb and the bass in the boat. So that's like a 2.5. So then I'm like, all right. So I'm starting to feel it. I'm like, okay, things are going good.
Things are happening for you now.
But, yeah. So then I'm thinking like, well, I'm like, crap, man. If I'm catching them like this, everybody's smashing them, right? So then I start seeing some people, and they're just looking all down. Like everybody's got a little spinning rod in their hand, and like every boat, I'm running around everywhere. And I never see anybody catch anything. Everybody looks depressed, and I'm just like running around like crazy. Then all of a sudden, I pull in, and I'm throwing a jerkbait on this one little point, and I look out in the river, and I see 2 fish break like 100 yards out in the lake, like in 100 foot of water. And I'm like, those are 100% stripers, but what the hell? I'm going to them. So I throw a motor out there. Yeah, I pick up the on them. I got the on them in my hand, and I throw on them right on them. And on them's going like this, and sure enough, stripers. Boosh, doosh, doosh. And they missed it. And I'm like, it's stripers, but maybe there's a spot somewhere. I take my Panoptics and I just start scanning around, and I see one blob on the screen.
Yes.
There's one blob, like 40 feet, like right there. And it's just sitting there, like 10 feet down. And I just underhand the bait over there, twitch, 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 twitch. And that blob goes, boo! It looked like Shamu, another 2.5 pound spot. So now I'm like, oh, this is getting good. So now I've got myself up to like.
You're feeling
10,
good, Scott. I can tell.
Like,
I can tell.
Yeah,
You're
so
generated.
I'm all excited. So then, anyways, I catch a couple more. I wasn't even sure what I had. Like I didn't weigh anything. I just kept getting rid of the small ones. So I knew I had more than what I had the first day, but I kind of didn't think I had enough because I thought it was going to take a legit 12. And when I got in, they weighed 11 and a half pounds or whatever they weighed. And I had to sit there, because I was early boat. So now that's the worst, right? So now I'm like looking at the sheet,
You're freaking
going,
out.
Who's got to catch them? And
Yeah.
I actually I needed Justin to catch them. I needed Justin to really catch them because he would knock a spot, in
Keep
the
the drops
overall.
going. Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I'm like pulling for him. I'm like, the worst thing that can happen is he comes in with like 6 pounds. I need him to catch him because I might need that little help. And so I had to sit there, and everybody went home. I just sat in the truck.
Everybody went home.
And yeah, everybody left me. I was like, what the heck?
Where'd you guys go?
I sat in the truck with the heater on and waited and kept watching the standings. And one by one, the couple of the guys that could have bumped me out, like Timmy Tompkins was in the run in on it, a couple other guys. And then, they kept falling by the wayside. And then I kind of just figured I'd make it at that point, but you still just don't know. I mean, there's just all those uncontrollable variables with points and double qualifiers and all that stuff. So
it happened.
Really
bottom
didn't
line
know
is it
until about
happened,
5 o'clock.
Scott. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened for you. Now, here's what I got to ask you real quick, Scott, before we move to Matt. But what was the first thought that came to your head when you knew you qualified? First thought.
First thought was, I gotta try to win one of those tournaments next year.
Okay.
I want to win a tournament next year. First thought.
His first thought was, I ain't got to get on YouTube and tell all these people I didn't make it.
You're probably right. That really wasn't my first thought.
I'm just playing with you, Scott.
Justin, that was awesome.
That is true.
That's why
true.
I like when I get you guys together.
It was kind of like it. I think in my mind, I kind of had almost convinced myself like maybe I wasn't going to make it, with a couple bad finishes and some things that were kind of happening. I was like, man, dude, this might not happen. And then when it did, I dreamed of that moment, but it felt surreal. Like it really did. It still even feels surreal. Like me like reading an article where it's saying I qualified. I'm looking at that going, it really happened. You know?
Dude.
Honestly.
Legacy to destiny.
I've never had that feeling.
However you look at it.
I've never
Legacy
had that
to destiny.
Before. In 20 years, I've never. Yeah, exactly.
Damn, it's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty neat. And then again,
that autumn spook is pretty damn neat.
Yeah, bud. It'll get it done.
Pretty good, pretty neat. Isn't that what they say? But it's customized. Do you know the special customization, right, Scott?
I just what I did when Matt wasn't looking, he idled by me that morning. I threw it over his boat on the back carpet. Got a little of that juju on there. And
I knew I heard something.
Yeah,
I knew I heard something.
Matt, you had a great, an intense day on the last day of the tournament.
Y'all have no idea. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous.
I need you to kind of bring.
You have no idea.
I can't wait for this story.
There. Oh yeah, you're gonna like this one, boys.
Give us a little breakdown of the last day, Matt.
Yeah, so we took off and
Lay Lake, by the way. Last day of Lay Lake.
Yeah, Lay Lake.
Last day for you.
Spot. Yeah. Started on a spot, caught a good one, had a couple, 3-pound spots fall of crankbait to the boat, and I was struggling a little bit, for the first couple hours, and I ran up the river, and man, I left something in my truck that I needed, and y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, and I needed my crappie jig and my bobber for this one spot, and listen, dude, I grew up river fishing. A crappie jig and a bobber on spotted bass is killer. I ain't talking about no float and fly. I'm talking about a fucking legit crappie jig.
Scotty's got crappie jig and a bobber to win a derb. Qualify for the leads.
Oh my God, I do shiner corks, man. They're a little bit bigger.
Yeah. So I pull out a little tiny hair jig, a little 1/8 ounce, and I flick it up there, and I dude, I ain't used spinning rods since the last tournament. I ain't even retied nothing. And set the hook, and I'm dog fighting this big one, and it pulls off. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. So I flick it back up there. I catch 5 keepers, and flick it up there again, catch another one. So I got to cull these fish
On the crappie jig.
Yeah, on the little hair jig
with the float.
Yeah, little tiny. Like I bit literally the fork of a tail of a fluke off and hooked it on the hook. So, let's jump back to the winter time. I fished a tournament and had one of my buddies throw my cup holder out of my boat 2 tournaments in a row, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just leaving a hole in the boat." So I got a hole, where the cup goes beside the seat. So I'm pulling the fish out to cull.
Yeah.
And I pull one out and I set it in the floor. And I pull a decent one out and I set it there. I thought it went in the floor. It landed on the little step. And I reached
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Listen, I reached back in there and my co-angler's like, "Dude, that fish just went in that hole." I'm like, no, it didn't. And I jerked around. I was like, "Oh, hell." So I go not just elbow deep. I'm talking about shoulder deep up in there trying to find this fish. Cannot find it. Like, I cannot feel it. I cannot touch it. And I hear it flopping back there. So I'm trying to find this damn thing. So I have to find a damn screwdriver, a multi-tool, swap the head out to a Phillips. I open up the middle compartment, start taking out screws to pull the damn tub out. Okay. So I get it. I pull the tub out. And I'm trying to find this fish back up under my boat because it's not back in my bilge. It's in between. And finally it flopped and I heard it. And dude, I'm telling you, dude, it is as far as I could stretch, like up to here. I was, bowed up in the floor. And I get this damn
I want to know
thing.
what all the other crap you pulled out before, like giant Cincos that are all swollen up.
All swollen up, yeah.
Oh my God, there's my underwear. There's my underwear I lost. Back, like socks.
Exactly.
There, I guarantee you there's a pair of underwear in that boat. Oh, my God, it was all, that black stuff that's on a gas tank. It was covered in that. So I death grip latch onto the fish and rinse it off in the lake real good. And I stuck my knee over the hole for the remainder of the culling, so that didn't happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
man, you got the fish, dude.
Dude, it was like a pound bigger than the one in the floor. That was the problem. If it was a little 12-incher, I could have probably managed just to keep it down in there, but that wasn't happening. I was like, it crossed my mind not to mess with it. I was like, dang, that's a lot bigger than that one.
Does that fall under the culling rule? Is that a cull?
It's not in your live well, technically. I mean, that's a gray area. I mean, it got rid of.
Chris, I got a problem.
Wow. Wow, man.
Lost a fish in my boat.
Are you sitting down, Chris? I got a problem.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how Matt Robertson qualified for the elites.
Yeah, it was
wow.
It was brutal.
Holy cow.
I'm telling you.
You did it, Matt.
I'm telling you, dude.
You did
I know, dude. I know.
Even...
I'll tell you what was the hardest thing for me, and my partner Wendell told me. He was coaching me in the afternoons, and before a tournament, he's like, because he knows how I am. He's like, "Matt, do not do nothing stupid. Whatever you do, don't be stupid. All right, all you just go catch a limit. You're not trying to win this one." And that last day I was fishing, it was windy, and I got on a big swim bait bite whenever it was windy and raining in practice, and I was itching to run down the lake and chuck that big swimmer. And I was like, "Okay, man, don't be stupid. Just keep throwing this stupid crankbait and catch you a damn fish." And about 1 o'clock, I caught a 3-pounder where I had that one follow it up. And Justin, I just want to say, if you ever run past me, don't ever tell me you're not doing good. He run past me. I'm pretty sure it was Justin. He's like, "You doing good? You doing good now?" I I said, I ain't doing worth shit, bud. He's like, me too, me too. Weighs in damn 13 pounds. I'm like, that lying son of a bitch.
I didn't have any at that point.
I was like, God dang, dude, ain't doing good. I think 13 pounds not do good.
No, no, I didn't have them at that point.
Hey, man, I don't know if the
first-
elites is ready for him, man. I don't know.
That first day, I mean, I started out catching a few, but I had like 9 pounds, and I started just down the lake. I was like, well, it was early. I was like, I got enough to play around a little bit and stop here and catch 2.5, stop here and catch 2 1/4, stop here, swim up a 4. I was like, this is working out. Like the last 2 hours, the first day and the second day both kind of went down in that latter part of the day, and I expected it to, just because the water was going to warm. It was later in the day. Those fish were going to get in a feeding period, but dang, afternoon bites are stressful as crap when you've got to catch some.
Yeah. The second day it went down in the afternoon for me. The first day I went swim bait fishing because I had what I had at about 11:30. I was like, I'll go catch me some great big spots, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Man, but the bottom line is you guys pulled it off in what will go down as history as the most, perhaps the most important year of the Opens ever. I mean, that's a pretty big
The hardest
deal.
year of the Opens ever, for sure.
The hardest. Yeah, that's a good way to put it as well. And now you have, in front of you, the schedule's been released, and you have, I'm sure that you guys have all already been on it. I mean, you've been on the looking at what's going on because that's what you do. That's how you pay your bills. And I'd kind of like to know, I mean, as a game plan and making the commitment to do this, there already has to be one of those lakes in your mind that you are really looking forward to. And I kind of want to know what that is for all of you guys. And let's ask you first, Scott.
Well, I think once I saw Champlain on the list, obviously that's a pretty good spot for me.
Got a sweet spot.
Very familiar with the lake. It's a little bit later than I've won 3 times there, but it's always been the last part of June, so it's going to be a little bit different. But very familiar with the lake, so I feel good about that. Really looking forward to that one for sure. And Pickwick, and I think that's going to be obviously Justin's pick, but that's going to be a fun lake as well. But Champlain for me for sure.
Well, what about like the St. John's, man? I mean, like a Florida lake.
Yeah, but that's so far north. I mean, that's almost in Georgia. I mean, that's way up there.
I got
you. And look, I feel comfortable fishing in Florida, but I don't fish the St. John's. The only time I fished the St. John's has been in a few tournaments, and it's usually not that time of the year. So I'm not that familiar with it, but I'm obviously very familiar with just in general Florida fishing. So I'm glad that we're starting the year off. And that's one thing I always loved about FLW. We always started the year off in Florida somewhere, whether it was Toho or Okeechobee, Harris Chain. Starting off in my home state always kind of just gets me going in the right direction. Typically.
Okay.
So looking forward to that one.
Nice. And Justin, I see you chomping at the bit over there. You got a big smile on your face. What's going on with you? What are you looking forward to over there?
No, I'm definitely looking forward to coming to Pickwick, but I mean, the boat ramp's 7 minutes from my house, so I could sleep in. It'll be nice. Just go down there, rub sleep out of my boat. Will be in the water. We can go fishing. But it's the thing about it is, if this was 2007 and we were coming to Pickwick, I'd be like, cha-ching, But guys know how to find those bass off the bank. I mean, Matt's as good as anybody at it. He's gonna know where every bass is out there. Scott as well. Like these guys, they know how to find them. In 2020, there's no good. There's no secrets. There's no secret holes. Guys understand why bass set up where they do and how to find them. And so it's going to be interesting, starting practice, knowing where they get helps, so
sure. 100%.
I should have a good event there, but the fact that it's not that I know, a bunch of secrets that guys aren't going to know in that tournament. Those guys are good. That's why they're fishing the Elite Series. So
absolutely,
it would just be fun to sleep in my own bed and fish an Elite Series tournament. That's my biggest excitement.
That's comfort. And remember last time when you won the cup, I asked you, what'd you spend your money on? And you said, I got a new mattress, Pat. And
I did get a new mattress.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's treating you well.
Big purchase.
It is.
Big purchase. That's a life moment. You got a
memory foam.
He got like 14 logs of Copenhagen and a new mattress.
I thought it was a pillow.
You still got that old one? Because I need a place to stay.
Well, we have done some horse trading with it. With there being 3 tournaments in Alabama, so the mattress has been traded. But you just let me know if you've got any issues. We can get you a place to lay your head for sure.
Nice.
All right.
And Matt, I gotta ask you, man. I mean, I know you have been consumed by the whole fact that you are going into the Elite Series, and you've been looking at schedules and talking with potential sponsors, and I mean, what's your lake, dude? What's the one that you are most looking forward to in that 2021 series?
Man, everybody I talk to is like, "Oh man, you're looking forward to Gunnersville, Pickwick." Man, I'm looking forward to going back to Fort Loudon, Tellico.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Back to where the Classic was a couple years ago. I didn't have a good finish. I didn't have a good showing. Had some bad mishaps. I had a couple more cup holder incidents happen. That the fish hadn't got in yet.
Gotcha. Hadn't got in that cup holder yet.
I want some redemption on that place.
Hey, Scott, remember when you used to go to like Aladdin's Castle at the mall back in the day and play that game where you'd throw that ball into that skee ball thing where they'd hop into the
skee ball?
Yeah, skee ball. That's kind of like what Robertson's playing there. With the bass.
Yeah, exactly. Kept popping his head up. He's like,
Yeah, that's Pop-a-Mole.
Whack-a-mole.
He did whack-a-mole. But Matt, I got to ask you this, Matt. Like, Scott's had a lot of experience on a lot of these lakes, and Justin's had some experience on some of these lakes. You've probably had the least experience. How are you gonna prep for this now? How does a guy that hasn't had that on the water, that history? Where does it start? When does it start? Has it started? What are you doing, Matt? It's all about the bass.
I'm not going to do nothing, dude. So, never been to Neely Henry. Never been to Neely Henry. Went, dumped the boat in for 3 or 4 days. Come in second. Never been to Cherokee. Dumped the boat in for 3 days. Won it. Lay Lake. Come in 30th. Cut a check. Yeah, dude. So, listen. Halfway through the season, after I had all that stuff go wrong, I said the heck with it, and just kind of said, I'm just going to start fishing on the fly, and that's what I do best, is trust in my gut. Fish more open, fish new stuff during the tournament, and dude, I ain't changing nothing. We're going to roll. We ain't pre-practicing. I'm gonna go down to Ray Robertson, just mark some trails to all that daggum standing timber. Hate that crap, but yeah, that's the only one I'm pre-practicing. I ain't going to none of them.
I got you, and that's exactly how Scott described his last day on the water there.
Yeah, you wing it, man.
You're winging it, and Justin fishes strong when he does that, man. I mean, dude, that seems to kind of be. Do we maybe get somewhere in our point of our angling careers, whether you're a weekend guy, whether you're a professional angler, where you just don't let yourself go? You know what I mean?
I've just about convinced myself I have to fish new water during the tournament.
Gotcha.
That I haven't fished in practice.
And that's a big commitment, dude. That takes a lot of canastas, like they say on the south side of Chicago. Do they say that, Ryan? Canastas?
Canastas?
That's big canastas.
No.
I don't know what those are. But it does.
Coconuts.
Yes, melons. But anyway, I mean, don't it, Justin? It takes a lot to go say, man, I'm going to give this up and go fish more water. Scott, you know it. It's nerve-wracking. Sure. Nerve-wracking. Crazy. You did it, and all of you fished in the moment, and now you are Elite Series anglers. You achieved your goal, and that's a big deal. Again, Bass Galaxy, give it up for these guys. Give it up. We need to give it up for them right now before we get into the fun stew and giggles dumplings portion of our show. Yes. All right. So here's the deal. I got to let you guys know something. First off, it is widely unanimous and been voted that the most popular part of the Straycast show has now become giveaway stuff from the pros garage segment of the show.
Yeah.
So Scott Martin, Matt Robertson, and Justin Lucas, I hope you know you're now giving away something.
Justin Atkins.
Yes. What I say, Justin Lucas?
You said Lucas.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, Justin Atkins. Forgive me. Justin
It's all
Lucas.
right.
My goodness.
I've been called a lot worse. than
I
that.
know. I got all excited. Thanks for correcting me.
It
so I
rolls
didn't-
off the tongue.
But anyway, you guys are now going to give away something from your house, from your garage. It's a new segment of the show. You okay with that, Scott? Good. Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We weren't giving you a chance. Justin Atkins, are you okay with that?
Yeah, it
All
sounds
right.
good.
Giving away something from the house. And you, Matt Lucas, you
I gotta tell y'all boys, I don't exactly have much. I gotta go get my stuff that was stolen yesterday.
That makes it better. though.
Right after this show, I'm driving to Texas.
Well,
got
there
a
ain't
whole
nothing
boot?
in the yard. It don't have to be. You guys
Go
got to.
go get the crappie jig and the bobber, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, yeah, I'll
exactly.
give away a crappie jig.
That'd be
So-
a hell of a gift.
So,
yeah.
Scott, I want you to keep this in mind, and you too, Justin. That this doesn't have to be nice. Like Scott, it could be like Jordan Lee gave away a rusty pair of pliers last week. So keep in
Really?
mind this: the worse the better. Don't think you have to give him a nice Scott Martin hat or anything like that. The shittier the better, guys. Okay, so. Or that check that says $25,000, $125,000.
Yeah, the big check.
Big check says $125,000.
Let me find something here. I
Yeah,
gotta find something.
You got time and just think
And
about
that
it.
box under the tree.
Yeah. I mean, and Matt, you got stuff laying around in the yard, and Justin, you
Oh
got
yeah, I know I got stuff.
yeah, you got something in there somewhere.
Old tire.
So all you got to do, Bass Galaxy, is if you haven't already, for the chance to win the 2 mystery tackle boxes. And now here's more. Yes, there's more. Like and share this feed, and you're going to win something from the guy's garage or the yard, whatever it might be. And the worse, the better. You don't even know what you're getting into. And you don't even know if it's legal to send it. That's the fun part about all this, right? That's the fun part about the whole deal. So let's get into this. Let's get into the to the heart of the matter right here. So I'm going to give you a choice. Where you guys want to go hang out? Andy, what do we got? Where can they go? Where do you want to go hang out? Talk to me, Andy.
We're under the crawfish boil.
Oh, you want?
I'm allergic to crawfish.
Okay, well, where?
Me too. It's okay though.
The fish. You
can just watch
you
us.
can
well,
get the
give them
hamburger.
the choice. Where can they go? There's a couple choices. Where can they go?
Italian restaurant
Italian restaurant's one. What's another one?
Don't get the
or
muscles.
the Cabana in Spain.
The Cabana. Oh, guys want to go to Spain?
That is Spain, boys.
Yeah, let's go to Spain and hang out, guys. That would. Yeah, I like it. I like it. You hear it, Scott?
Hey, wait.
Tell Justin
Is
to
that
move
where
that
the
way.
women
I like
don't
it.
shave their armpits?
What's that?
Is that where the
I think
women
that's
don't?
France.
Oh, that's France. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
Fran-
okay. I'm just making sure we're good then.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds good. We're hanging out in Spain. You don't think we'll get in any trouble, do you, Justin?
No, we'll be all right.
All right.
I know Matt Robertson.
He's the mayor.
I get us out of it, boys.
Matt's the mayor of the trailer park, and Scott's pretty much the mayor of Clewiston. So we got that going for us over there, right,
It's
Scott?
about the same, I think.
So I got to ask you right now, Scott Martin, in professional angling right now, who's the coolest angler out there? Who's the coolest angler? Who do you want to be besties with?
Oh man, man, there's a lot of. I'm thinking Matt. I'm thinking Matt. I've been kind of like shadow following him on Instagram, and I'm kind of digging it. I'm going back to all of his old posts.
Wow, creeping
and I'm
on
loving
him. Are you liking
I'm-
stuff
I'm-
from like
I'm
2 years
loving
ago, like real late at night, Scott, on Matt's Facebook?
I like his new graph mounts that he came out with the rusty screws and stuff. I love those. I love all that, man. I love it all. So I think he's the coolest. I think he's the coolest angler on the elite trail now.
Okay, I got you. Not no.
Like when Matt checks his notifications, it's just like 30 posts liked by Scott Martin.
Scott Martin.
Hey Scott, give me less than a week, and I'll have Scott growing that hair out the back, bud.
I had to do, my friend. I rocked that for years.
Oh yeah,
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. The Prince of Clewiston. That's damn straight.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll show you.
Let's see it.
He's drumming up something.
Good. You probably can't see it good, but I'm in a
I can see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, dude.
Here, you can see it.
You need to bring that back,
yeah.
Scott.
Drums and all.
You'll change some minds.
Look, a lot of people think. Look, let me tell you, we're pretty much redneck, okay? Because everybody thinks, well, I'm redneck. Let me tell you, I went deer hunting. Look, that's a Lincoln Town Car
I know.
with a deer blind strapped to the top of it. Me and my pop.
So I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, Scott. I didn't think we could run together, buddy. I thought you was a little too fancy for me, but I think we might be able to be friends.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Here, let me go like his page. Hang on a second. I gotta like his page.
Hey, at like 2:30 in the morning, Scott Martin's gonna be creeping in Matt Robertson's DMs. What are you doing right now, Matt? What are you guys doing?
Hey, Scott, I can probably put a spoiler on that car made out of gutters if you need it, buddy.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We just need to weld a feeder on the back of it, so when we drive down the road, it spreads corn. So when you turn back around, all the deer are in the road. That's how we roll.
Well,
we can do that.
Hey, you know that on the Elite Series, to have smallmouth catching powers, you need long hair in the back. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So get on it, Scott. Get on it. No more clowning. No more clowning. Matt Robertson, who's the coolest angler right now in bass fishing? Coolest angler. Talking cool.
Probably myself. I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. I am the coolest angler in bass fishing now, boys.
Okay.
Officially.
Okay.
Now, the
Going
coolest.
Kanye on it.
I was gonna buy it, but I mean.
Well.
No, come on, give me one.
I don't know, man. I'd probably have to go with my boy Seth.
Your boy Seth Fighter.
Yeah, I can't grow the mustache. I only got half of it going on. I look like a pedophile with a mustache, so that ain't happening.
So don't grow the mustache, please. Please don't.
No, it ain't happening.
So your boy Seth Fighter. Hey.
Or just get a van with a bubble window in the back, and you're good.
Yep.
With a bubble window.
A little bubble window on the back side. Yeah, you're
Free
good.
rides.
Just do that. Grow
Free rides.
That's the mark.
It says on them. It says in them. It says in them instead of on them.
Oh, God.
Whoa, hey now. Hey now. And that's the van.
Letterman will be pulling his collar. Right
Matt, dude, you're shaking it. You're moving it. You're shaking it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm ready, bud.
You got fire in your eyes. You got fire. All right, Justin.
The only thing. Go ahead, Pat.
No. Justin, who's the guy? Who's the cool cat?
I don't know. You know, since Scott done sucked Matt up and Matt sucked up Seth, I'm gonna go a different route. I'm gonna say a Christie. I feel like Christie's just always got that swag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's Indian. He kills big deer, catches a bunch of bass. He used to slam dunk basketballs. I don't do hardly any of the above, so I think it's kind of cool.
I'm pretty sure I could take Christie in basketball.
You know, I tell you, I always just talk straight trash to him about basketball. Like, I'll tell him stuff like, dude, if I'd been in high school with you, you'd have to have a knee replacement from me just shaking you up so much.
Wow.
But what's funny is I'm terrible at basketball. I'm like the worst basketball player ever.
But he doesn't
So
know
it'd be like me talking crap to what is it, Usain Bolt or whatever about running. You know, like I'm terrible at it. So I always just, any opportunity I get to just talk trash to him about basketball, I do it. He just grins. He's like, all right. I tell him that we're going to play for pink. We'll play a game of horse for pinks on our boats and stuff like that, knowing I can't even hit the rim.
You got to watch out for him, though. He'll get up on you.
Yeah, man.
He'll give you the little shh, and he's slitting your
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guy freaked me out a little bit.
He's another one that is eager to win the classic, and I mean thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He watch out for Christie, guys. All of you. Just telling you. And Hackney too. He's like a Bugs Bunny. He'll kind of show up in Hackney will be, you won't even know what the heck's going on, and he'll be like Albuquerque, and boom, he's snapping one out of a bush.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, if I had to, I mean, that's another one too. It's just Hackney. I mean, he's just always got that. He's just got that swag. He's just confident. He kills big deer. He's gonna catch them. You know, it don't matter how bad it is. The worse it is, the better he catches them.
Hackney needs a mullet.
He's got
too.
that OG swag.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they both are.
So I'm looking forward to Scott Martin's mullet and to Hackney's. That's for sure. Hey Scott, when you, besides your dad, when you were, because you got to be around a lot of cool anglers when you were a kid, just being around your pops. So like, as when you were, we all had those pretend anglers when we were kids. Like, I used to pretend I was Clun, you know? I mean, I used to pretend I was your dad. I'd pretend I was Jimmy Houston throwing a spinnerbait, you know? Like, who was your pretend angler as a kid, besides your pops?
Man, it's hard to say. I do remember this. It was funny. We did a. My mom had a video camera with the big giant tapes, you know, the big old VHS cassette.
Oh yeah.
And it was a video camera. And she said, "You can have it now." So I'm gonna go film my first fishing show.
Nice.
And so I took it, and of course I didn't know how to. There was no editing. So my deal was we'd turn it on. I had my buddy to be a cameraman. We turn it on, and if I did this, that means turn the camera off, and then we'd turn the camera back on in a different position. So it was like in-camera editing. And I remember.
It's awesome. It's awesome, dude.
Going out here on the lake, and I was wading for bluegill, and I was pretending I was Bill Dance, and my other buddy that was my guest was Johnny Morris.
Oh,
and
yes.
So we were wading around like chest deep in the water, and I remember doing this, like everything was going good. Like we caught a few fish, the little signals were going good, and I stopped and I did this, and my buddy's still filming, and I'm like, he's like, still filming. I'm like, hey, turn the camera off, man. That's the whole thing up.
Dang it.
It all to pieces. Yeah.
Uncle Rico.
We didn't finish the show. Yeah. I was like, do you know what this means? But I was Bill Dance wading around in the water, and he was Johnny Morris.
Dude,
I do remember doing that as a kid.
I kind of missed that. Was it the hat signal? Was that thing? You were doing the Al Linder.
Yeah.
He was giving him the Linder.
Yeah.
Shut off
you
the
were doing
cam.
Al Linder.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty classic. I like to hearing that you were pretending you were Bill Dance. Who was your pretend go-to fisherman guy, Justin Atkins, as a kid?
As a kid, I grew up on the Tom Bigby River in Columbus, so I didn't even make an overhand cast till I was like 18. All I did was pitch down the bank. So
awesome.
my favorite person to be was Denny Breyer. You know, like I loved Denny Breyer back in the day, and that's all I wanted to do was
We
pitch
always
a
get
jig and be Denny Breyer.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. You said I didn't make an overhand cast until I was 18.
That's seriously if this was Family Feud, Denny Brower. Would
Denny
be number one
Brower's
answer
the
by
number
far.
one survey. That's for
Really?
sure. He comes out of everybody. And how about you, Matt Robertson? When you were a kid, who was that pretend angler for you? Who did you
Jimmy
pretend
Houston,
to be?
bud.
Jimmy Houston. I
Yeah,
got
bud.
you. Yeah.
Spinnerbait kid.
No, that's your
Alex
bud.
Alex
That's Alex.
Davis. I'm
yeah.
sorry,
that's,
bud.
That's Al. But Al kind of looks like Jimmy Houston, but he doesn't.
Yeah, everything but nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of, but totally not.
Hey, so do like a Jimmy Houston laugh. Do like a Jimmy Houston impersonation, Matt.
I can't do it, bud.
Come on, just
you know me. Oh God.
just do the
Dude,
laugh.
I can't.
The laugh.
I can't, Pat.
He only does impressions of himself. He's really good at it.
Well, that's the Matt laugh then. Is that the Matt laugh?
Yeah, that is bad. I can't do it. I can't do a Jimmy impersonation.
All right. So let's get down to some dirty business right here. So Scott Martin, what's your number one technique? Like your strongest deal, your strongest technique that you have, Scott. Your go-to, your confidence.
Yeah, I people have asked me that for years, and I not that I'm dodging the question, but I've never I don't have one, and it's honestly, I want to be as versatile as I can be, and there's a lot of guys that go and look for their strong suit every tournament, and maybe that's something I might have to do in the elite, is pick a couple of different techniques that I do like the best. But for me, I keep 20 rods on the deck of my boat all the time. And I have just as much fun, or I'm just as confident in throwing a drop shot as I am flipping a mat with a 2-ounce.
Okay, well here, let me rephrase it. We're going in. Hold on one second, yeah. Scott. I want to take you in the right direction here. Let me rephrase this. Okay, so you picked Champlain as one of your picks to feel confident on about the Elite Series, correct?
Yeah, I like that lake. Yeah.
Okay, now. Give me an example of here's the technique that you will feel confident maybe going into that event with. Now, here's another part of the question. Hear me out. Pick another angler that is equally as good at that technique and eliminate them from the tournament. You with me? So you picked Champlain.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, again, I've done really well at Champlain the week before. And there's usually a decent amount of fish spawning. So to answer your question, it'd probably be spawning. If I'm on a sight fishing bite, I truly enjoy it. I can typically try to go all in on that. And so for me, it'd be sight fishing. I feel like I'm very confident sight fishing, whether it's for smallmouth or for spotted bass or even largemouth. And somebody on the elite trail that I would need to eliminate would probably be Scott Canterbury, because I know he likes sight fishing probably as much or more than I do.
Okay.
And I know there's some other really good sight fishermen on the tour, but Scott Canterbury is one that will definitely go looking for some sight fish if there's some to be had.
Gotcha. Okay. Or John Cox, if he ends up making it over. I don't know if that. Hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah, yeah. If Cox decides to fish it, for sure. He's definitely.
So you're going to eliminate Canterbury or Cox. They're gone. They're gone from that event, and you're looking good, Scott.
You got to eliminate Cox every tournament.
Yeah, you do.
No doubt.
Every tournament, you got to eliminate Cox.
No doubt about it. Matt, and what was the lake that you picked on the 2021 schedule? And
Fort Loudon.
Okay, Fort Loudon, and give me a technique that you feel that you will prevail with. I know everything changes, but give me a technique you feel you might prevail with on that event. Knock an angler out who's is equally good at that technique.
A big swim bait, and I'm gonna have to throw Chris Zaldane under the bus.
Gotcha. Okay, get rid of Zaldane because he loves that big swim bait. I mean, no doubt about it. Okay, I got you. And how about you, Justin?
So it has to be a technique that I will throw at Pickwick in June.
Yes. Andy, can I have more Spanish music, please?
Yeah, we need to know this. What technique are you going to throw at Pickwick in June, Justin?
And where?
And if we're going to call BS, if we hear a BS answer, we'll call him BS.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Scott and Matt.
He's gonna be throwing.
I'm probably going to throw a crappie jig on a float and fly below the dam.
BS.
And I'm going to have to eliminate Matt Robertson because he's way better at it than I am.
Y'all think I'm joking about the whole crappie jig thing?
I believe you 100%.
No,
because I promise you, like halfway through Lay Lake, I was like, I wonder if you can catch them under a cork. The spotted bass just love to suspend. But the problem is I was corkless.
Corkless.
I had the cork. I didn't have the crappie jig.
I tied a 5-hour empty 5-hour energy bottle to my line. I tried to make one, but it didn't work.
Tip of the week. Scott Martin, tip of the week.
That is that's a really good idea.
You had cold balls in the live well, bud.
Yeah.
You can use a popper.
I wasn't using them. And I wasn't using them.
Come on, don't dodge this, Justin.
Gosh, I don't know. I mean,
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, obviously the fish are going to be out deep.
They're gonna be outside.
By that point in time, they're going to be super pressured because everybody's going to be out there catching them and putting them in the live well on a Tuesday to post a picture on the gram.
Oh,
and
boy.
half of them are going to be golden-eyed. You're definitely going to have to catch them on a spinning pole.
I like how he said
And the best spinning poler, man, I don't know.
I'm calling BS again.
Yeah,
He's
spinning rod.
Hey,
this is
BS.
garbage.
Scott, he's got
Don't
guys
give me
going to
that. Don't give
sissy
me that
sticks.
stuff in May.
Spinning
Spinning rods
poles.
in May.
Gonna
We're
have
going
to
in-
be on
we're
a
going in-
spinning
We're
pole.
going in June.
Are
We're
we?
going
Yeah.
in June.
June?
We're going in
June 10th,
June.
though.
Early June,
they
right?
they get
Is it
out.
early June?
People look for them earlier every year, dude. I found a school this
I know.
year, and it was April 19th, and it was on a Monday, and there was a Monday nighter, and I was like, oh my god,
Listen to him.
I'm gonna freaking catch some tonight. Like, this is over. I'm about to win. Because nobody's gonna be looking out. Like, I just happened to be running across. We put in across the lake. We're running to the Monday nighter. So I stopped and scanned an early hole, and sure enough, they're on it. So I run over there. It's like an hour before takeoff. Pay my money. We get ready to go, and I blast off and run out there, and there's like this dude, like this old man's just out there cranking them up on April 19th. I'm just like, are you serious on a Monday afternoon?
It's the Ronas.
I get it on a Saturday, but like, so everybody looks for them, dude. They get blistered. I will make my first cast with a spinning pole. Man, if I'm gonna have to eliminate somebody from that tournament, though, I wish that you wouldn't have picked Canterbury, because Canterbury's good at catching them out. He's real good at catching them out. He always, he finished 13th there last time a tour was there at Kentucky Lake. The
You
second
know
year
a
on
lot of
tour.
stuff. Justin knows a lot of stuff. You know a lot of
Yeah.
stats, man. Like, you study.
I do.
you
No, I
study
remember a
bass
lot
and-
of things.
Yeah.
I think Canterbury finished 12th at Kentucky Lake that year.
You're good, dude.
In 18. So, like, he's going to catch them if they're out. So, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to eliminate him, too.
Okay. So you're eliminating Canterbury on the spin pole outside.
Yes.
So it's like Colonel Mustard in the lobby with the candlestick.
Yes.
Gone.
Now, I didn't say I was going to be throwing a drop shot on the spinning pole, Scott.
Wait, what?
Shad Rap.
Shad Rap.
Yeah. Weighted Shad Rap.
Yeah.
Shad Rap.
DT20 Shad Rap.
Yeah, let around the hooks.
Well, I like
I'm bringing my surf pole, boys.
Speaking of surf, Scott Martin, what's your definition of surf and turf?
Oh man, a fillet and some lobster.
Some fillet
my
and lobster.
definition of it.
That's your pick.
Yeah.
So you're going full steak.
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, and not Maine lobster. That's too fancy. We do the Florida lobster. They're just a little bit bigger than a big old crawdad. Yeah, that's what we catch
It's
down here in South
lobster.
Florida. So I've got a lobster. That's
Lobster.
right.
Oh.
They're not the rock lobster. They're just regular lobster.
They're delicious.
Up around these parts, it's sirloin and burbot.
Burbot, yes. Cod from Long John Silver.
It's Lake Michigan
and
burbot.
a Wendy's
All the rage.
McDouble. That's what we get here. Matt, what's your surf and turf? What's your favorite?
Oh, go grab a stir fry, a little stir fry TV dinner, and probably a bag of shrimp from the dollar store, bud.
Wrap snacks.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, all right, I got you. It works. It depends on how you season it. How about you, Forest Wood Cup champion, Justin Atkins?
Crappie and deer tenderloin.
Okay, crappie. I like you. I like that. Crappie and
I'm
deer.
looking forward to staying at his house more and more.
Got an old mattress.
Oh,
And
man.
surf and turf.
Hey, Scott, what's the biggest angling lesson you learned from your dad as far as like technique or something?
I got it. It's not technique. My dad, he's the Iron Man. Like, it's crazy the amount of hours and focus he has still at 80 years old today. He could outfish all of us on the water as far as time on the water. He's the first one out, the last one in, and he doesn't take a break. Like, it's all business. There is no it's a little cold, we're gonna go in. It's a little rainy. Like, he pushes through it, and so for me, that's helped me helped me work hard. You know, and
Nice.
that's a very, very important part of being a successful angler is working hard. You know, and staying focused and staying passionate.
So he's at it at this
Persistence.
age.
Yeah.
And I know, Ryan,
I've heard some stories.
Some friends of ours, there's a new lake that just opened up by you guys. And I guess your dad was like there every day, like on a bike or something.
My buddies said they were going to be
yeah.
the first ones there. And they were there at like 5 p.m. the day before to sleep in their truck. And the only guy in front of them was your dad.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. He like the stories are endless. You should do an episode one night and have everybody put it on Instagram and Facebook. Tell Roland Martin stories because they're endless with hurricanes and the coldest cold fronts of the year, and he's literally the first truck at the ramp and the last one out. Like people have called me saying, "Is your dad okay? Like his truck's still at the ramp. Are you sure he's okay?" And I'll call him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, everything's good. I'm just
He's on him.
Yeah, I caught a 5, 6, 7, 8 pounder. It's unbelievable. Oh, I'll be there in a little bit." I'm like, "Really?"
That's a really good impersonation, man.
That
He sounded like
he's
great.
He's honored that one.
Spot on, man.
Love that.
Scott, when I was a kid, I had the honor to hang out with Jim Bagley and Bill Dance a little bit in Winter Haven over there. And Bill Dance and your dad always had just a friendly rivalry, and they'd always call your dad Ronald Morgan. They'd call him Ron. Or it would irk Bill Dance. He'd say, "Hey, Roland Dance, come over here a minute." Yeah. And Jim Bagley is the best, man. I mean,
those three rib each other every time they get around. It's comedy. You need to get all three of them on. It'd be your best show ever.
Unbelievable, man. Hey, so Matt, I need to ask you this question, dude. Like, to make bass fishing even more difficult than it is, professional bass fishing. Let's put it into perspective. You got to win. You got to do good for 4 days in a row, and that's a big deal to win a derby there. So now, Matt, if we were to add an additional element of danger to competitive professional bass fishing, what would it be? What element of danger could we add to the sport? What do you think?
Hey, bumper boats, bud.
Bumper boats. Okay.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, bumper boats. And what does that do?
I'm gonna take someone out before they can get to my spot.
Okay. None of that Kentucky Lake sharing spots BS, right?
Hey. Next time that old man tries to go get on Justin's spot, on a Monday, April 19th, he won't make it.
He's going to take him out.
Yeah. Kneecapping.
Hey. So what would you add? What element of danger would you add, Scott?
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think you'd have to do something like, what if you did a deal where like there's no rules on where you can you can literally cut someone's line. You can cast over their line, and like it's defensive fishing. It's like defensive fishing for 1 hour. So you could roll up and be like cast right over somebody's, like just roll up on Christie while he's chunking his spinnerbait down the bank and just fire a big 2-ounce jig across the spinnerbait line and just take
like
him
the
out.
mischievous rule. The mischievous.
Just take him out. Yeah, it'd be like defensive fishing for 1 hour.
Okay, I gotcha.
Fun. It'd be a lot of fights and arguments. It'd be like WWE bass fishing.
Okay,
I wouldn't pick Christie on that.
Yeah, don't be careful with Christie again. Careful.
Hey, can I share the comment of the night?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
This is funny.
Yes.
Kevin Gonier said, it's a question actually for Scott. It
Okay.
says, Scott, how old were you when you learned your name was Scott and not Son?
What do you mean?
That's fantastic.
What do you mean? My name is Son. Not Son?
We're sorry, Scott, to inform you. Son. Sorry, son.
No, actually, I thought my dad was a big-time player. When I finally got old enough to realize, things happen out there, I was like, I got in the truck with my dad one day, and I'm like, so how many brothers do I got, Dad? Because he kept calling all these people son. And I was like, I kept quiet over it for years. I was like, that's my brother, and then that dude's my brother. Like I didn't know what to think. I'm like, Dad, can we talk for a minute? How many brothers do I got?
Oh, your dad was like Hank Jr.
He's
Jimmy
like,
Houston's my brother.
son. I'm like, damn, I got a big family.
That was outstanding. I lost where we were.
I'm sorry.
No,
That was
it's
so
great.
good.
That's a great comment, man. Hey, how about you, Justin? What element of danger would you add to the sport of bass fishing?
So I don't know that it would technically be dangerous, but what if you pulled up to a hole somebody was at and you wanted to fish there, and you could challenge them to an arm wrestling competition on the deck of the boat for who gets to actually fish it?
Okay, I like
Just
it.
throw down, just arm wrestle right there on the carpet.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of like, hey, dude, we're going man
like
to
it.
man on it. Yeah, okay, a little bit.
I
of-
don't. I might stop eating my Sour Patch Kids, boys. God dang.
Hey, I mean, bass fishing's a competitive sport, and let's face it, you need that competitive edge. You know, you need that competitive edge. So Matt, leave the Sour Patch Kids and the Frosties.
Dude, I'm
and-
still working on my family pack right now. I'm going to start getting in shape after that, though.
The fun pack.
He's got the family pack of the Sour Patch.
I do somewhere. I had them right here. I'm working on them, boys.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, Matt. One of my favorite parts about tonight was when you were describing how you how you got that fish out of the cup holder. You're like, "There's your family pack right there."
There's your family.
You even said, "Yeah, I even switched the flathead over to the Phillips. Got in there and unscrewed it."
That detail was funny.
I done switched the flathead to the Phillips and got in there and got that fish.
My boat needs some TLC if y'all boys don't realize
Yeah,
that
you-
already.
Unbelievable, man. Hey, Scott Martin, quote a song that relates to your life. Quote a lyric from a song or just a particular song that pertains to your life.
Man, why do you start with me with these questions every time? Why don't you start with somebody else so I can think about it?
You're the
You hit
veteran.
me with
You're YouTube Scott Martin
The pro
guy,
talker.
gold, Forest Wood Cup champion, FLW Angler of the Year. Come on, the commercials, the whole deal, on the spot. Go. American fisherman's got to fish anywhere, just like his dad.
All right.
All right, come on.
I like that one. I'll go with that one. Great American Fisherman in tribute for my pops. I like that one.
Scott,
You
you're
know who wrote that
welcome.
song? You know who wrote that song? Thank you
Bobby
for helping
Bear.
me.
Bobby
You know who
Bear.
wrote that song? Bobby Bear. That's
Thank
right.
you. I know everything
Bobby
about
Bear.
bass fishing because I'm a freak. I'm sorry. I should not be like I am, but I am. I love bass fishing. But Scott, thank you me for that, by the way. I gave that to you. I gave that to you.
Thank you.
Now watch this, Scott. I know for a fact that
Andy bailed him out.
and I know for a fact that Matt Robertson thinks that every band is Journey. So if you hear a song on the radio, Justin,
Every classic
and
rock
Scott,
band.
Matt thinks it's Journey. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the Chili Peppers. It could be Eminem. It's Journey. So I ask you, Matt Robertson, what is a song or lyrics to a song that describe your life?
The Humpty Dance by Journey. Digital Underground.
All right. I like
You want
that.
some lyrics, Pat? You want some lyrics?
Yeah, bud, bust it.
All right, you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're going to fall when the stereos pump me. I'm wicked. I'm sick. Hell, I forgot the rest of it, boys. I thought that was pretty good.
You were killing it, dude. That was awesome.
He was so relaxed.
That was good.
So
Yeah.
relaxed. I like it. Justin, you're up. What do you think? Song that motivates you. You know the lyrics to. It's your life.
Oh, it's definitely not my life, but my favorite song is probably it's a mashup with Drake, Kanye West, Eminem, a whole bunch of them. And Drake's starting lyrics are last name ever, first name greatest, like a sprained ankle, ain't nothing to play with. And that was the one I walked out to the second year, the second cup. I mean, that song just you ain't got a pulse if that don't get you jacked. I don't care if you're going to weave baskets or bass fish or fist fight or whatever. If you're about to cook chicken, it doesn't matter. If you listen to that, you're just in there stirring that fried chicken, dude. Like, it's gonna get you hyped. So that's definitely a favorite of mine.
Dude, that's awesome.
Good one.
You get them all jacked up. Said if that don't get you jacked up, you ain't got a pulse.
No pulse.
Hey, Scott Martin, I'm going to you first again. You ready? Because you're the veteran here. You're the veteran. What is the most important moment in bass fishing history to you?
What is my most important moment?
You as an individual, Scott. You as an individual.
Like what has happened in my life as a fisherman?
It could be you. It could be a moment you've witnessed. It could be in the sport itself.
So, all right. So it's a neat story. I'll do the quick version. So Forestwood Cup, final day. I'm standing on stage. I need 10 or 11 pounds to win. I've got 13 or 14 in the bag. My dad was out of town, and he was having a hard time. He wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to make the weigh in. We just didn't know. And then when I was behind the stage, they kind of kept it quiet. And so I just wasn't sure. I kind of didn't think he was even there. My wife's there, my mom's there, everybody else is there, but my dad was with literally across the country in California, Johnny Morris, and I walked out and I had my bag and I won the tournament, and the confetti's falling, and everybody's cheering and clapping, and I looked out in the crowd, and I could see my dad. I watched my dad stand up, and he wasn't clapping. He stood up. That's why I noticed him. And he had his thumb out like this.
Nice.
Just standing there like a statue. And it was like I was just fixated on him. And it was just the coolest moment to see. I could see how proud he was. You know what I mean? Like I could see that. Like he had a tear running down his eye and his thumb was straight out. He's just staring at me while everybody else is going crazy. And that was for me, the coolest moment in bass fishing.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah, that is, dude. I mean, and it's your pops and just an iconic figure in bass fishing history. That's strong, Scott, for real. Big deal right there, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. And for him not to ever win the Bassmasters Classic, in a way, that was some satisfaction for him too. Because even though it wasn't the Bassmasters Classic, it was a Forestwood Cup. And to him that was a huge deal. It was obviously a huge deal. And so that was a moment that burned into my memory.
Dude, imagine, God willing, everything falls in the right place, and your dad gets to see you win a Bassmaster.
Yeah, I won't be able to make it through it. That'd be crazy,
dude. I mean. I don't care how that's going to give everybody goosebumps. I don't care who you are in bass fishing,
no doubt,
or what you think, or what your views are.
That'd be.
If you do that, it's going to be pretty freaking freaky. I don't know what else to say.
It would. I won't be able. It'll be. I'll probably pass out. I probably won't be able to.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't know what to say either. Hey, Justin, what's your history, dude? Like, what's your either you personally or a historic moment in bass fishing?
Yeah, no, I can tell you like right away. Like the moment I knew this was it. Like this is what I wanted to do. So in 2002, Bassmasters had a Central Open at Columbus Lake, which was where I grew up, and that tournament was like. I don't want to say they were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday back then. They were 4-day events. And going into day 3, which would have been Saturday morning, Kevin Short was leading the tournament. He was the eventual winner of that tournament. Yeah. And they may have been Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was a Saturday morning. Me and my dad, my best friend at the time, and his dad went and put in at Luxwalla Creek and idled out to the river because a lot of people at Columbus will lock up or down. You have a good many people to stay, but there'll be, 150 boats, 50 will come south, 50 will go north, and 50 will stay. And so we went down there and sat below the lock, about 6 miles below the lock, to watch everybody run down. And I will never forget, it burns in my memory right now to this day. Kevin Short was leading those 50 or 60, 70 boats out of the lock. He had a brand new 520 VX Ranger, and it was wrapped in camouflage, and it said Farm Bureau down the side of it.
Okay.
It had a big Farm Bureau logo, and it was wrapped in camouflage. I'd never seen a wrap boat in my life. And here's this guy that's leading the tournament. He's got a wrapped boat, and he's leading the pack down the river. You know, there's just rooster tails everywhere. And the first one that runs right by us is him. And he just looks and like hits this cool dude wave, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's it. That's what I was
That's what I'm doing.
do." You know, I'm like,
That's
I want
awesome.
to be that guy. And you know, since later in life, since I become a professional and you know get to know all these guys, I've met Kevin, and I joke with him all the time, but it's dead serious. He affected my life, and he doesn't know it. You know what I mean? Like I joke with him, but like he did. I saw that and I was like, that's what I want to be. So fast forward, what's funny is this is going to sound slightly girlish of me, but I'm going to tell it on myself anyways. The second cup I fished in 18, I'm running up Ouachita, and I was going up the river. And when I make the turn to head up the river, there's like 3 boats out there, and they've all got dads and kids in them.
Okay.
And when I make the bend, the kids are just waving real big, and they're getting on pad to follow me up the river. And dude, I just start crying.
Wow.
Because all I could think about was I used to be that. You know, when I was 12, that was it.
That's not girly. That's amazing.
You know, dude, and I'm just running up the river, and like these people have been waiting on me to come up there. And you know, as I make the bend, they're just waving crap.
That's why you do this. It's why you do.
Yeah,
man.
That's exactly it. You know, it's what makes it freaking cool to do this. But my story is definitely Kevin Short, 18 years ago, running down the Tombigbee River. I thought that was the coolest thing of all time.
Dude, that's outstanding. Andy, you got to tell me something.
Justin, move the wire on your right ear just off your face. Yeah, thank you. You don't have to hold it.
No, don't.
It's just rubbing your face.
It's rubbing on my hoodie, and I don't know how to keep it off.
That's all right.
You can peel those off.
Dude,
just don't turn your phone up too loud.
Dude, that was amazing, man. I mean, like, just what an affirmation to yourself is, right, as well, Justin. You know, I mean, that pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool. What about you? What about you, Matt? What's your moment in bass in history, whether it's your own moment or a moment in history of the sport?
Well, I ain't really got the stories these boys got, but so I'm gonna tell you something I've never told anybody. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional whenever I tell you this, but before every tournament, like at the Opens, whenever they do the national anthem, that's like that's sorry.
It's okay, Matt.
My granddad passed away 4 or 5 years ago, and he was in the military, and that's like mine and his time. Every time. And I think about him before every tournament during that anthem. That's all I think about. And that's what sorry guys.
No, it's okay, man.
That's what calms me down and gets me ready to go, you know. But
oh, dude, that's awesome, dude.
Matt,
no, man, that's as good as any of it, man. That's awesome.
Unreal, dude. That's the deal, man. We all have those people, Matt. Like that's the thing, you know. It doesn't matter that it's Roland Martin. It doesn't matter if it's Kevin Short, professional angler, inspiring. It's your granddad, dude, and he was your hero. Dude.
Yeah.
And what a cool thing, Matt. That I mean, dude, that's the guy that's like leveling you in the morning. And every dang tournament there's gonna be a national anthem.
Yeah, you got that moment.
I know, dude. Like whenever I look at the flag, and I like it on the mornings that the flag's blowing. He'd always call me a guru, making fun of me and kind of smile at me, and I kind of see him smiling with the flag. And
that's good.
Like
Matt.
I said, it brings this calmness over me, and that's what keeps me from spinning out. I don't spin out during tournaments, man. That's why I'm level-headed.
Dude, that's really cool, and
awesome,
that helps you with the whole fishing on faith, man. And,
it does, man.
And fishing on the so that's a real life Chubbs Peterson story. right there. Remember we talked about Chubbs Peterson from Happy Gilmore last week? That's your grandpa is the real life deal, and that's awesome, Matt. Absolutely. One of the coolest things I ever heard here, bud. One of the coolest things I ever heard. Hey, I got to ask you guys a question here, and we Scott, on this show we always talk about proper bassin men. They're kind of like old school proper bassin men are kind of like Jedis. You know what I mean? It carries on a tradition of proper bassin. So I have a 3-part question for each one of you. All right. And I'm going to start again with you, Scott, because you're the veteran. Scott, I'm picking on you now. I'm picking on you. So I'm sorry. Sorry, got to do this. And we're going to give Matt and Justin time to cool off, too. But think about this, Scott. Here, what's that? I know. For real. Scott, who is the most proper bassin man of all time in bass history? And, Scott, I need you to tell me something that a proper bassin man does and something that a proper bassin man doesn't do.
Oh, man. I'm going to say Hank Parker to me, and I know I'm talking about a lot of legends, but he's always sharp, right? He's always got his shirt tucked in. He's got those khakis on. He's got his boat shoes on. He's smooth with his cast. Like I've never seen him get rattled. He's just the same speed.
He's a fluent gentleman.
Day in and day out.
Very fluent, yes.
Yeah, he's just his casts are never any faster or slower. They're always the same. Everything's just like he's one speed, one direction, proper bassin man.
Okay, I like that answer. I like it
too.
Yeah. So now I ask you, Scott, what's something that a proper bassin man does and something that a proper bassin man doesn't do as far as like ethics? The properness of a bassin man, for lack of a better way to put it.
Well, I'll tell you what a proper bassin man doesn't do. He probably doesn't dog cuss you out when you get on his hole with a whole bunch of bleeps and MFers. So I don't see Hank ever. Like I said, I think you gotta like check his pulse sometimes. It's always the same. So I don't see any complete meltdowns on the water. I don't think you're going to see him on YouTube in an argument on the water with another angler. I think he's just chill. So I think that's something that a proper bassin man definitely would never do.
So a proper bassin man wouldn't erupt on someone for doing what?
For
cutting them off.
Getting on two anglers fishing the same hole. That's happened over the years a lot. So
oh yeah. Well, I say that might come down to Justin's arm wrestling rule.
I like that rule actually. A minute ago, I started doing my push-ups because I'm thinking we might need to implement that next year on the elite.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other topic. If somebody's staying up, I think sometimes a proper bassin man might need to say some words, but keep them in reason. To get that other person off of that hole.
Proper bassin man like Hank could probably talk that angler into leaving just by talking all nice to him.
Yeah,
the angler would just say, I'm no problem, Mr. Parker. You can just go ahead and have my spot, even though I'm leaving the tournament and all. Just come on in here and fish.
That's the Jedi.
Later, man.
That's the proper bassin man.
Kill him with kindness.
The Jedi.
It's total opposite from what Tommy Biffle does, which he will dog cuss you out, threaten your life, and tell you that the entire creek, not just the spot, the entire creek is his creek. That's Tommy Biffle's end of the lake.
Get out. He's going to cut you.
You got to get your MF ass out of here.
Wow.
He's going to cut you.
He's going to cut you.
I'll cut you. Oh, it's famous. There's stories. That's a whole other episode.
Okay, so what's something that a proper bassin man does do, Scott Martin?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he would. That's what he would do. Hank would sweet talk somebody and just just moving on.
So the first part is he wouldn't cuss you out, but he would give you like a mind F, in other words. And you'd be like, get out of my creek, son. And you're like, we will get out of this creek now, Hank. Thank you.
And Scott, I'm so glad you said Hank Parker too, because I got a taste of his just obsession with bass fishing at the Classic last year. Real quick, I asked him about pistol grips, and the dude wouldn't let go of my arm.
Yeah.
To let me leave.
He held
talking pistol grips
20
for
minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
We've got footage of this.
Ryan was like, I'm never going to wash this arm again.
He just wanted to talk pistol grips for like an hour. It was awesome.
Yeah, don't arm wrestle Hank because he'll win. He's been fishing with pistol grips his whole life.
Exactly.
It's a whole different level. He's a whole different level.
Dude's got wide receiver hands.
He's got the
too.
wojo. Yeah. There ain't no doubt. Hey, Justin, what about you, bud? What's something... tell me about a proper bassin' man. Something, the greatest proper bassin' man of all time, and then something a proper bassin' man would do, and something a proper bassin' man wouldn't do.
I'm gonna pick, and I hate to, like Scott, to just dip off in these legends, but those are just guys that I idolize and look up to. I'm gonna pick Larry Nixon as a proper bassin' man, and I'll tell you why. Because when I won the cup, he was the first person to text me.
Is that right?
Wow.
He didn't have, I don't know where he got my number. I don't know how he got it so quick. But I won. Confetti falls. I hold the thing up, hold the check up, hold the trophy, put it down, but like got a little intermission there for like half a second before I'm going to do something. And I pulled my phone out and looked at it because it's buzzing pretty regular. And I scrolled to the bottom, and the first text message on there said, "Congrats, son. That was awesome." Something to that effect. But the end of it said, "Dash the General." And I'm like,
wow.
No way. Like, this is really Larry Nixon, you know.
Heck yeah, dude.
I would have thrown my phone in the crowd.
Yeah, I had to like check. So I was like, "Hey, you got Larry Nixon's number? Is this really it?"
Yeah.
Like, so I think something a proper bassin' man does is congratulates his competition when they do something awesome. You know what I
Very
mean?
nice.
Like,
Very nice
that
answer.
was
Awesome.
that was life changing to me. That Larry Nixon, the legend of the sport, took 5 seconds to send me a text message. You know what I mean? So that was something that I thought a lot of. Something a proper bassin' man doesn't do is let the lower unit oil out of his competitor's motor the night before he's going to fish.
Definitely.
Because, Scott, you left your boat at Canterbury's, and I was staying there, and I looked at it, and I thought, you know, I could let all the oil out of this thing because I need to beat him this week.
Yeah.
But it was there just a little bit early. I was like, no, it's going to go out before the tournament, and then he'll get it fixed. That's not going to do me any good. So, no, I'm
That's
just kidding.
pretty good.
I
Scott
did
calls
make it there to
helicopters
Canterbury.
in.
That
You
his
kidding?
boat was sitting out there, and told Canterbury, I said, I'm going to go out there and let the oil out of that thing. I was like, I love Scott, but I really need to beat him this week. And he just died out. He just died out laughing at me. But no, I mean, that would, I pride myself in trying to be a proper bassin' man. So I actually changed your lower unit oil, made sure you had fresh seals and fresh oil to start that tournament.
Justin Atkins, proper
You did a
bassin' man.
50 hours.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Hey, Justin, I like that you said that you need to congratulate your peers or your competitors when they do well because, you know, again, don't ever take that for granted. For you guys on the pro level, again, it's 4 days of proving yourself and beating the fish and your competitors. Even at local levels, though,
Yes.
I see so many guys that, you know, hey, if you win the derb, I don't care if it's a 5-boat derb, a 20-boat derb, a 50-boat derb, you go tell that guy, good job because you beat me and you figured it out and I didn't. And good job because now I'm going to beat your ass next time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that was
for sure. I mean, but dude, everybody wants to enjoy their moment in the sun. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't your day, that's fine, but don't rain on theirs.
Right, exactly.
That's that good sportsmanship.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Good answer. That was the first time we got that answer on the show.
Awesome.
And I ask you, Matt, the same questions. Who is the most proper bassin' man of all time? What's something a proper bassin' man does and doesn't do?
Man, for sure, the number one in my book would have to be Denny Breyer. You know, he's like the poster boy for proper bassin'.
Old DB, I gotcha. Old DB.
Yeah. OG.
Yeah, he sure is. And what's something a PBM does and doesn't do?
Man, a proper bassin' man does not knowingly bend the rules or press the rules at all in any form or fashion.
Sticks by the rules that are documented.
Sticks by the rules. and vice versa. Proper master man sticks by the rules and leaves if you accidentally do something, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. That's understandable. But if you knowingly don't leave nothing to question.
Exactly. And can bending the rules be sometimes as bad as breaking the rules? I mean,
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because in every sport, in
Because
every
and then you're doing it.
You're looking for that. You're looking for that, line to press.
So with that being said, I'm going to ask each one of you guys one final question in relation to this, and I'll go to you, back to you, Justin Atkins. If you could change a rule in bass fishing, what would it be? What would you change?
Dang, dude. I don't know. That's a stout one.
Okay, we'll go. Matt, how about you? What do you think? What would you change?
Hold on, bud. I'm having some technical difficulty.
More tinfoil, Matt.
Hold on, bud.
Yeah. You got us?
No. Go to Scott real quick. Give me a sec.
All right. Scott, what would be a rule that you could change in professional bassing, if you could?
I think the rules are pretty good right now, actually. But I think right now, and I'll probably think differently later. I didn't use the net all year on the Bassmaster tour, and so I did fine with it. But I just know, like at Champlain, when you got a big 5-pound smallmouth on a jerk bait and you're trying to land it, it'd be nice to have a net. I think having a rule that when you're in a smallmouth fishery, you can go ahead and use a net if you need to. Smallmouth only.
Interesting.
Smallmouth only net rule.
A smallmouth only net rule. Okay.
I just don't want to. I'm scared. I'm terrified of getting a hook in my hand.
Well, I mean,
and I get them out of people all the time, but I'm deathly afraid of getting up. I'm going to be the guy with the dang mega bass, all 3 troubles stunk in my hand, and then I got to come off the water and go to the hospital and get them removed.
And
so
that would be a strictly angler's rule. Because as fans, we love watching you guys struggle.
Yeah,
trying to grab one.
exactly. Justin, what do you? I mean, you come from FLW where nets are king, and you. I mean,
yeah, but I didn't use one then. I had it in the boat, but I always felt so awkward trying to one arm hit this scoop and have another rod over my head. I swing them. I swing them all in practice, and they don't come off, so I just swing them in the tournament too.
All right.
Yeah.
How's Robertson doing? Is he okay now?
Can barely hear you, Pat. I don't know what the deal is.
What did you do, Matt?
I don't know, bud.
As Pat said before, more
tell me the question.
Take your earbuds out a minute. That's what Andy.
I did.
Okay. So we asked you, Matt, if you could change a rule in professional bass fishing, what would you do? What would you change?
I still can't hear you, Pat, bud.
Andy,
just give me a second, bud.
Something happened.
Talk for a minute.
That's what I do. All right, I'll move on. I'll go back. I'll go back to that. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, Ryan. That would be absolutely. And we'll get back to this in a minute. That's pretty
Hopefully
good.
Matt can hear though.
Is
he still talking?
Yeah, wait till Matt's got his. I want him to hear his. I want him to hear his stats for sure. We can't leave him out of this. So
see, I'm halfway in the same situation because I've had to plug my phone up. I started with 50%. We're down to 1, but when I take the headphones out and plug it up, I can barely hear you. I can hear you good enough.
Okay.
But I can barely hear you.
We're maxing
but here
it out.
in a second, I'm gonna plug these headphones back up, and we'll be good to go.
Nice. So, Scott, I'm gonna get. This one is perfect for you then. So, Scott, you've done very well for yourself as a professional bass angler, and congratulations, dude, on the success of your YouTube channel. Again, for real, no joking. That's a big deal, dude. You've
thank you.
In a short amount of time. You're kicking ass with the YouTube thing, and quite frankly, you don't need anything else to make a career. I'm just being real. That's all you need at this point.
I enjoy it. It's fun,
and it's a big deal. But you've pretty much probably accomplished most that you can sponsor wise. But there has to be a sponsor out there that you would wish to have? Who's your dream sponsor, your bucket list sponsor? Scott Martin.
Man, see, you
Wells
come to me all the
Fargo.
time
We
with
all know
these
the answer to that.
Wells Fargo.
Exactly. American Express. Yeah, they give me free credit cards for catching fish. That'd be really good. You know, I don't know. We had Chevrolet. I tell you, I had Chevrolet as a major sponsor for about 2 years, and then they went through their strike, and then COVID hit, and everything got messed up. But I was really proud of that. Like I've always been a Chevy man. It's a big company, obviously. America was built on Chevrolet, and so I don't have them currently as a sponsor, but if I can ever get them back, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay, well, here we go right now. Andy, give me some like American music. Like, what do you got? Give me some like triumphant American music, Andy. What do you have in there, in your sound effect?
Cue up the Aerosmith.
No, not that, Andy. Give me something triumphant and joyous for Scott. Give me something. Major announcement.
That was joyous.
Oh, that was like Benny Hill show. I mean, give me
Come on, Andy.
Come on, Andy. Yeah,
that was patriotic and
hero music. No, not an announcement, Andy. We need hero champion music.
No, not music.
Yeah, music.
There you go.
Here you go. Now, okay, there you go. Now, Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present Scott Martin for Chevy Trucks. You're on, Scott. Go, Scott. Give us a commercial.
I've been running Chevy trucks my entire. Matter of fact, the truck that I've got out there now, I've had since 2015. Go 230,000 miles on it, and I'm going to sell it to Matt Robertson. That's how good that truck is. Matt Robinson's going to be buying my truck and be using it next year on tour because Chevys don't ever quit.
Scott Martin for Chevy Trucks. America runs on Chevy and Duncan. There it is, right there.
Nice.
Good job, Scott. It's kind of poor
Price
commercial.
for $9,999.
It's not even, yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, Matt, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, bud.
Hey,
back.
Justin, who's your dream sponsor? If you could pick a business partner to have in this expedition you call professional bass fishing, who is it?
Wells Fargo, Bank of America.
Well, pick one.
Bank of America.
Okay, Andy, I need commercial music for Bank of America now. So give Justin Atkins. There it is, Justin Atkins for Bank of America. Go ahead, get into it.
We're Bank of America, and we have all the money. Come and bank with us, and we can pay all of Justin Atkins' bills.
That's Justin Atkins for Bank of America. Put in code #Atkins for additional discounts on percentages. There it is. Well, very good. Very good. Scott, are we doing okay over here?
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
My internet's about to run out though. I got about. No.
I think everybody just wants to go.
That's
Where are we going?
Internet.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt,
bud.
who's yours? Who's your dream sponsor? Who's your
Let's
dream sponsor?
let's just go with Wall Street.
Wall Street. What's that have to
Yeah,
do with
bud.
anything?
So, listen, just give me the music and let me throw my pitch to them.
Okay, Andy. Andy, give him something good to work with. He's kind of slow tonight.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm telling you, he's about to be fired. Yeah, bud, you ready?
Yeah.
Wall Street, you better call Matt for all your money laundering needs. Stock market's going down, insider trading. You need a place to send the cash? Call Matt Robertson. Mayor of the trailer park.
That's him. And call Matt Robertson for all your money laundering needs. Dial Matt today.
bud.
I like it. Matt Robertson for money laundering on Wall Street. There we go.
They need some place to put their money too, boys.
You're gonna need some burner phones, bud.
Oh man, guys, I'll tell you what. Nothing else left to say but congratulations on the next chapter, of your journey. I mean, congratulations, guys. It's a big step, and Scott, we wish you the best. Justin, we wish you the best, and Matt, we wish you the best, man, in this new deal. And got some fierce days of competition ahead of you, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Thank you a lot. I appreciate that.
Bass Galaxy, give it up for these guys right here. But
thank you for having us.
But hold on, before we go, we have to give away the garage pack prizes. For we got to give away
no stats for you guys.
Yeah,
tonight.
it's. I guess we ran over. I don't know. So we have garage pack prizes winners, and we're gonna give those away. Ryan, look at you. How many opens were there in the tin cup thing? Way too many.
Like 66 or so.
66.
66, 65. Yeah.
All right. So how are you handling that with the garage winners? What are we doing, guys?
Did you send them?
Do you have it, Andy? I can't hear you. Oh, Ryan, use your microphone for crying. What is wrong with you tonight, Andrew?
Got him.
Andrew, go to your room. He's trying to go to his room.
Okay. Which one do you want to do first?
Yeah, you tell me, Ryan.
We got two MTBs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no, we're doing MTBs last. This is the Scott Martin crappy prize from
garage
Scott's
winners.
Garage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the winner of Scott Martin's Mystery Garage Prize is Nate Wallace.
Nate Lawless.
Wallace.
Oh, Wallace.
Wallace.
Are you saying Pammon?
Wallace?
Wallace.
Nate Wallace.
Nate Wallace won something crappy from you, Scott.
You want a boot?
Ah.
Yeah.
Do I show them what they win, or what? How does this work?
Go ahead. Do you have it,
Show
Scott?
what they won?
If you've got it.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Scott. Yeah, please. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me?
You're giving him your boat?
You're giving that awesome mount?
No, I'm giving the frog that was in his mouth. The little frog that I found. It's that Bass 8.
So, Nate Wallace, you won an awesome prize pack from Scott Martin, and it's a frog that was in a mounted bass's mouth that weighed about 12.6. Is that a 12.6, Scott?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, dude.
That's a big one.
That's so big.
Didn't fit in frame.
All right, now who's the Matt Robertson winner?
The Matt Robertson winner of the Mystery Garage
I'm gonna practice karate in the garage.
item is Andre Albornoz.
Andre Albornoz, you have won the Matt Robertson prize pack. Matt, what did they win crappy from you? Do you have any idea yet?
Andre, you won the MILF Life hat.
The MILF Life hat. That's not
Nice.
crappy, though.
But I ain't got no crappy stuff. I live in trailer park, bud.
Roll it around in your garage for a couple hours first.
Put it in the sleeve of that coat for a night so it's got that hog smell on it. And
It's got the hog smell.
and Justin Atkins prize pack, something crappy from Justin.
Justin Atkins crappy garage prize pack.
Yes.
Goes to Cody Ward.
Cody Lord?
Ward.
What, you're saying words weird tonight.
Am I saying weird words?
Your words are weird.
Cody Ward.
Cody Ward. You have
Is
won
that
the
word? How do you spell that?
Yeah.
How do
W-A-R-D.
you spell that?
Exactly, Scott. It's what
Word.
Isn't he talking funny tonight, Scott?
It's like extra syllables in there.
Yeah.
It's like word.
Road.
Cody?
Road.
Ward.
Colby word.
Well, what did they win,
He's
Justin?
still-
What did he win? What did Cody win?
So earlier when I was out in my garage, I noticed that I left my live wells full of water
Ooh.
from Lay Lake. So I'm filling you a Dasani bottle full of Lay Lake water, and I'm mailing it to you.
That's fantastic.
That is an amazing prize.
Oh, dude, that is the best.
The lake you qualified for the elites on. Outstanding.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Outstanding. Wow. Guys, best of luck in 2021. Congratulations on your accomplishment, and we look forward to seeing all of you guys on the series, dude, again. And thanks for your support of this show, always. All three of you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
We appreciate it.
Scott Martin, Matt Robertson, and Justin Atkins. Peace, guys. Peace.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yeah, right there.
We've still got the MTV winners.
We got the
to give away as
MTV
well.
winner. Oh, I lost my volume in
I lost mine as well.
in my headphones. Da bum 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 bum. Bum, ding, 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 ba, da, dee, doo, doo. Andy already shut the show down. Have we really been on for 3 hours?
It's been a while. No.
Tell me exactly how many. I want to see if
2 hours and 18 minutes.
That's not 3 hours, Andy. You exaggerated. So how do I even know if it's a keeper? It could be 13 3/4, and you told me it was 14.
It's
and
a
it's in the
keeper.
live well. Who are we giving away? What are we doing?
We got two
give it away,
MTV
give it away,
we got
give
two
it away.
mystery tackle box
Two
winners.
mystery tackle boxes to give away. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
We're also opening a mystery tackle box right now. What's good mystery tackle box opening music tonight? Oh yeah, yeah. I like it. Now, I got to tell you about this mystery tackle box. It's special. And I don't use that term lightly because it came from a guy that's just full of bearded delight, and that's Carl himself.
Yes.
And Carl packed this box for me, Pat Renwick, with love and care, with things that he knows I like. And I'm going to open up this in front of you. This is a very special gift from Carl to me.
Where's your switchblade?
And I want to remind you, what's that?
So where's your switchblade?
I got it. Okay. So I want to remind you here that this box is handpicked with love. And if you right now go to shopcarls.com and purchase a mystery tackle box, they're cheaper than normal. I don't know how else to put it. They're cheaper than normal. Go get it. Here's the items. You ready? Let's do this. The first thing. Andy, what's my camera? Which one's mine? This one? Okay. The first thing in this mission... Carl's awesome. Carl's amazing. The first thing in this box is the frog that John Cox won the cup on.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah. Actually. How did Carl get that? It's even got the spike it orange on the throat.
He's got connections, man.
Good job, Carl. I like that box. Oh, look at this one. Carl, you're too much. Fritz Side 7 in Kentucky Blue. Carl loves me.
That's okay.
Why is there line on here?
I think you accidentally grabbed my box.
Why is there still...
Don't pull that clip.
Why is there still line? Wait a second. This War Eagle wire is loose. Carl put a bluegill finesse spinnerbait with the orange kicker blade and the what do you call these tortoise shells?
They broke it in for you.
Thank you though, Carl. How did you know I love the bluegill one and the red kicker blade in there? And wait a second. Carl, is this stuff from my house? Was Carl in my stuff?
Is this a 1984 Bagley?
How did this get in a mystery tackle box? This is a 1984 Jim Bagley 09 chartreuse blackback. Oh wait, that's an Ira C. Still. The heck. How did he get the 4th of July chatterbait in there? With the custom, I make them 4th of July. See, I make them blue, red, white. Carl was in my house.
Know your market.
Carl was in my house. Here's something cool. Look at this. Oh, he cut that G-crack gill off my line. Carl. Oh, Carl got the Berkeley paddle tail deal too. You see?
That thing.
Yeah, this thing. The old Scapa Labucci. I want to show you guys something.
That's Baby B too, right?
Dude, This is called the paddle tail. The Scapa Labucci, new power bait max scent shape, power bait tail, Scapa Labucci.
In baby bee ass. Smells good.
I got max scented, guys. Look at this. I'm gonna show you something. You want to have a ball? Look at this. This just happens to be a clever little tightrope HD jig right here. And if you ever learn anything from me in your life, it's take a 3/8 ounce tightrope HD. You take the new Berkeley Max Scent Hapa Lapucci. It's the really called the paddle tail, and you rig it on backwards like this. Okay?
What is that?
I'm just telling you. Just follow my lead. Follow my lead, son. Do as I say and not as I do. You put the Hapa Lapucci on there, backwards, tail opposite, and you got the slide bottom, bro. And I'll tell you what, you drag that 3/8, kick up that sand trail, and the largemouth and the bucket heads love it. They love it. Carl, stay out of my house when I'm not home. You could come in any time, but just don't go in my box. Don't go in my box. Mystery Tackle Box, Carl's Bait and Tackle, Catch Coal Corporation. We thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for your support of the Straight Cast Show in 2020. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Catch Co. We appreciate your support this year. We wouldn't have got by without you. We mean that.
Let's give away a couple of those boxes.
Give away. That's possibly Ryan. All right, I've got
2 winners.
Let's give away 2 winners.
All right.
Let's give away
First
2
mystery tackle
box.
Goes to Trevor Tippett.
Trevor Tippett.
Trevor Tippett.
Say it 10 times fast.
Trevor Tippett. Trevor Tippett. Nah.
Do it again.
No, I'm done.
Trevor Tippett. Trevor Tippett. Trevor Tippett.
I couldn't make it past 2.
Trevor Tippett.
And the second mystery tackle box, Ben Ziliax. Ben Ziliax.
Benziliax. That should be a name of a bait. The Benziliax.
Yeah.
The Benziliax.
Yeah, one word.
Benziliax.
Benziliax.
Benziliax. And who's the other dude?
Trevor Tippett.
Trevor Tippett and Benziliax. You won mystery tackle boxes. That's right. Congratulations, and want to remind you now's the best time to buy mystery tackle boxes at shopcarls.com for cheaper than they normally are. Right? Hey.
Definitely cheaper.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the still sea conspires in armor, and we all join each other on this thin raft of bass fishing, I must thank you all for the joy that you bring us on this day. Sorry if I offended anyone tonight with anything I may have said dumb. Certainly just dumb brain thoughts. Please understand that. Also, want to say that we have 1 show left in 2020, even though this might be our last show ever. We never know. But we thank you for the joy that you bring us, Bass Galaxy. And thank you to all our advertising partners that bring us the opportunity to bring our passion to you on Wednesday nights at 7 Central on Straycast Facebook page, straycast.net, Straycast iTunes, Straycast Spotify, Straycast Gumbo, Straycast Scampi, Straycast Shrimp, Fried Straycast, Straycast Alfredo, Straycast Gumby, Straycast Shrimp Plant, Straycast Kebab, Straycast medium rare, Straycast on the rocks, Straycast with a side of Straycast with Arby's dipping sauce, the Bronco Berry kind, Straycast with mustard, never, Straycast with mayonnaise, never, Straycast with a McDouble, sometimes, and Annie, you can just shut me off. I'll keep talking. Straycast with a side of